I really like this little ghost thing. There's something very cute about him. He, and also, I don't know if are you allowed to use the PlayStation logo like that, because that is just the PlayStation logo. We're gonna go back to the Flipside Frights, okay? That last game that we played, no players online, took us about 3 hours playing Minesweeper. Took us a while. And I really enjoyed this demo disc so far because, again, there's a lot of variety and choice in it. I was actually looking at the full list of games, and there's a lot. And actually, if you go to their website, they have a really cool little trailer that I never played for you all last time, which is a bit unfortunate because I think that their trailer is in many ways a different kind of comedy from their intro video. And it's funny to see them put so much effort into all of these little things because it's things that you don't really need, right? But it's sort of that question of, that's not really the point of art, right? That's not really the point of doing things like this. You do it not because you need to. You do it because you want to communicate something and show something interesting. And so I thought, why don't I show you their weird fucking trailer? Because honestly, their trailer also kind of makes me go, what is going on? And the best part, it even fits within the lore of the demo disc itself, which is kind of cool. So, because there's two parts to this that I really enjoy. It's the fact that the demo disc itself, the framework around which everything else becomes accessible to you, is a game and experience in and of itself. And then you also have the games themselves, which carry their own bit of history and knowledge for it as well.
Oh yeah, this party's getting crazy. First, we must offer nightmares, screams remembered.
I still think that intro was really good too. There was just something funny about the animations of everything. It looked a lot like an SFM shitpost.
And bring us a new demo disc at last.
I also really enjoy the voice acting because it's the right level of fun to have with this, right? You don't want like a super serious voice actor. You also don't want like, you're not looking for like Shakespearean level acting that's very dramatic and very esoteric. You're looking for something that's actually fun. And this really delivers on that idea of it being a fun experience. And look at all this effort. Like, it's actually such a cool looking trailer with a very, very good, interesting visual for all the games scrolling down. Obviously, it keeps on looping, but but you know what? I know how hard it is to make a looping visual. Hello, chat. What? Oh yeah, and then also showing the other side of the disc as well, which is again very, very neat that they're doing 24 different demos in one go. Like, that's a lot of work. And all of them, okay? All these little game clips make me go, I want to play these games. There's a quality about all of them that makes me go, they're interesting in their own ways. What a solid little trailer video. It's so nice.
Download now for free at demodisc.eke3.xyz.
What? Demodisc.eke3.xyz. Is that a real site? Demodisc.eke3.xyz. Yeah, chat. Welcome to the demo disc day. What is this a real site? Secure site not available. Oh, it is. What? Huh. Guess that's a real site. They also have a bunch of promotional assets, which I was going to show you all in more detail, but I realized kind of hard to show you all of them in a very cool manner. So just be aware that the way I show you them is going to be very, very plain. But they actually made a bunch of really interesting assets for the segment. So let's just bring someone on screen. Where's the melange? Okay, but we're gonna sacrifice them. Okay, the melange is going to be sacrificed. Okay. Everyone say goodbye to melange. How do I attribute the melange to you? Do you know if there's an attribution system to it, or is it already attributed to you because you made the melange? Or also, if I make it a Twitch emote, is there a way to attribute that to you? I guess I could. How about this? Maybe I can make you like the artist. Remind me after stream to make you the unofficial artist. But yeah, the melange will be sacrificed. You don't know. What do I pay you for? Nothing. I pay you nothing. You have obviously the cover art, which I think is a very, very nice bit of cover art. And again, they nailed the vibe of what these old PS1 cover arts almost look like. Like they, not only did they get the right level of wear and tear on it, they also got specifically the visual style and the way that a lot of games went almost strangely exaggerated with their covers. Like a lot of games really went exaggerated. The PS2 era saw, I think, a rise in the more serious version of these, but the PS1 era was, at least in my mind, I remember it being dominated by things like Twisted Metal, which had a very, very odd sort of like exaggerated surreal feel to it. Their logo, which I'm not certain if you're allowed to use this. And they have posters, like actual like art assets, like real posters for what's going on. And this is all within their press kit. And no one, like, it's so unfortunate because, like, how many people will even see this and appreciate the level of artistry that goes into this, right? And there's even, like, because it's all related to tiny bits of lore, too. Like, this little shit skeleton, which I can't remember where I've seen them before. Maybe from the 2022 one, but it's so fascinating to sort of see all this effort put in to something genuinely, like, it's a really cool thing to see all of this. It's just kind of sad to not, see it being used very much at all, rather that it's sad to think that most people won't even think of opening this because they see press kit and they go, it's not really my thing. But even if they are pressed, it's like, why would you, right? But it's so cool. Like, these are actually interesting to me. And also we have the Skeleport energy drink. I guess that's where the skeleton came from. And then all the various game screenshots as well. It's a little funny because I'll only show the ones that we've played because the ones that we haven't played is a bit spoilery. But a lot of these we've already played. But even the game screenshots, it seems like they've taken a fair amount of time to choose a good shot for all of them. This one, to be fair, Angeline Air is very hard to get a good screenshot of. That game is really good, but it's hard visually to parse what you're looking at in terms of the quality. It's a game that is so fun to play, but so hard to explain to people why it's so fun. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that because there's so much effort put into it that it feels bad not to see it. I don't know. I just feel bad for all the people who made it, and it will never be seen. It's all very cool stuff, and it's not stuff that's not even for the game, for the games, right? A lot of that stuff was made for this demo disc thing, which is that's absurd. I also didn't realize that the angel has wings, symbols of a controller on his wings. Enough talking though. We're going to go into the games. There's a bunch of games here. Oops. Is that the right one? Yes. Last time we played no players online. We're gonna go in clockwise order. We go to the right, okay? Because I don't know how to go otherwise, and when you give me a circle and you ask me to pick a spot on the circle, I say, I don't know. Sometimes I wish the earth was flat so that I could simply know where I belong, right? And there's a limit to my choices. But because the earth is round, or so they say, it's impossible for me to really know where I truly belong. So, just like the earth, I must simply scroll in one direction and hope that at some point I land somewhere that I do enjoy, because you can't sweep the earth like a flat plane. We go into Sorrow. I don't know what this game is. Looks like a first-person game, and I enjoy that, and I wonder what this is going to feel like. Because first-person action games are very hard to pull off. Poor Pilgrim of Sorrow, lost and alone in the dense, colorless forest, a strange song beckons you into the dark unknown. Will you seek it? And expect a runtime? Never, don't believe that. Also, it's funny that the way the game starts other games, Windows has to pop up a warning saying, "Are you sure you want this? You sure about that?" Yeah, Sorrow by Chris Lee. Actually, while that loads, I'll do this. Where's the Melange? We killed the Melange. We killed the Melange, right? Melange is dead. They've been sacrificed. I know what to do so that it doesn't keep flashing up that empty screen. Perfect. Wow. That's a good soundtrack. Already, that's a solid soundtrack. Melange. I like how Maple Leaf is going to come after me, right? They're going to sue me for taking their ham. Oh yeah, that's already really good. This already gives me the vibes of those old school first-person dungeon crawlers. I can't remember the names of many of them, but you know exactly the vibe I'm talking about because if you've ever played them, They always had this weird dark gothic or fantasy vibe to them, as if going on a dungeon crawling adventure would always be awful. Wow. Oh, good. It's mouse control. I thought it was gonna be like a old school style game, but no, it's actually very nice. Huh. Oh yes. Now, we played a lot of these games, from things like Lunacid to things like, or soon to be Dread Delusion as well, or even Dungeons of Blood and Dream, which is also going to come up here. It's a type of genre that is so hard to do because it's very, very dependent on your subjective enjoyment of the controls and even how much control the game gives you. Right? This gameplay style, if I can lower the volume a bit more, reminds me a lot of something like Morrowind, or some other, or like Lunacid, or like Kingsfield, where you're very limited in how you move around and like attack on things. But maybe that's all you really need. Am I doing damage? I guess you have to wait for a full charge. There we go. So the more you attack, I see. It's a bit like Minecraft. I'm sorry. I keep saying things like Minecraft, but like you can't, you know what I mean? PlayStation 1 mode. Yo. I don't know if I like that actually. It's not that I don't like it, but I think the game looks really good for what it is now. How come every game, or maybe Minecraft learned from the greats themselves, right? Maybe Minecraft is the one that learned from everyone else of what to do. Oh, look, it even does the texture warping. Huh. That's a very interesting choice, to do the texture warping emulation. So for those of you who don't know, on the PS1, something about the way it calculated perspective wasn't good. Like, it didn't actually do perspective correction like the N64 did. So what happened was that as you got close to a wall, you'd see this warping of the texture like this. Because it wouldn't actually be corrected to what your camera perspective was. And you wouldn't notice it from far away, because when it's far away, everything looks the same, right? That's not where perspective goes into play. It's when you get into the corners where like the roundness of your eye causes it to sort of warp. And you can sort of play with this yourself by moving your hand from the side of your face to the front. Do it too much and people will start to think that you're crazy though. So be sure to do it in a private place. But you can see your hand enlarge, like very, very much so when it's close to your face, and then as it gets further out, it looks a hell of a lot smaller. It's why, you know, in porn, the cameras are really close to the penises to give you the illusion that they're large. I'm not kidding you. That's actually real lore. Like, that's actual real technique, is they do that. I'll stop talking now. This is a long forest. Hey. Are you alive? What are you? It's in pain. Dude. I have to kill the... No. Oh! The fox. I found a fox deep within the woods. It was gravely wounded. I raised my blade to end its pain. What could have caused such grisly wounds? The thought of sharing these woods with that very same creature chills me to the bone. But I must press on. Must find the source of that sound. I thought the sound that we were listening to was just the music. But if the howling isn't the music, but the howling of a beast, that's even more terrifying. It looked like a pizza slice. It kind of did. Yeah, it was very triangular. You can kind of see it here. You know what it is? It's a nice cheesy slice with 2 pieces of pepperoni on it. I will say this, people who like cheese-only pizza, I sort of say to you, why, right? You have the perfect vessel for all kinds of ingredients, like sun-dried tomatoes, or olives, or pineapples, or, I don't know, or normal tomatoes. And you choose to, what the fuck is that? You choose to have only cheese? What are you? Oh my god, it's alive. Chat, it's like an amalgamation of things. Ugh. Okay, well, okay. It's a little hard to judge the depth, and it's a little scary to want to walk in. That stamina bar really takes a while to fill up, eh? Wow. It takes a long while before you can actually swing at something. Oh, wait. Oh. So that leaf at the beginning of the game was something I should have picked up. Oops. A bundle of grass soaked in moonlight. It restores some health. You know, this is a cool concept, but I definitely do notice the pacing of it. It's a very, very slow pace. Not just in the movement, but in the combat. And it doesn't work well when there's one enemy. Or even one simple enemy. I think it'd work really well if it gets more complex, which it looks like it might here. But the exploration is fantastic. I think a slow pace for exploration is a good. Slow pace for combat, if there's more enemies like this could be fun here. Hey. Look at me, come here. Both of you. I need to fight you both at the same time. Because my stamina goes down, it goes up too slowly. Look. I need you both to line up so I can do one swing. For the love of God, why do they move so slow? Because they have no muscles. Please. Faster. Vite, faster. Let's vamonos. Come on, let's hurry up. Okay, now we wait 5 seconds. Now we wait 5 seconds. I don't know if I get the point of the slow build-up meter bar, because then it forces you to think about your moves, right? But that's a very long time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Wait, there's no way the grass comes from dead people. But again, slow pace for exploration are really good. It could be too that I'm almost speed-brained, right? I could be too gooned out on speed for most games. Because there's a part of me that has to balance these ideas against what I enjoy and what ultimately is the result of many, many years of playing games that have only ever sped up. Because this pace wouldn't be out of place in something like Morrowind, or even something even before then like Daggerfall, which we have played, right? And even those games were ridiculously fast for the time. I remember playing games that had a pace bordering on snail's pace, even though they were action games, because that was just the norm back then. People were still getting used to the controls. So it could be that I'm just, again, way too speed brain, but maybe there could be a middle ground, you know? Not too slow, not too fast. It also is unfortunate that your sprint bar belongs to your swing bar, because they're both stamina. Is there anything here? No. What the fuck was that? Hello? Oh, it's a ghost. Ooh, ow, ow, ow. Huh. They all just kind of walk at you. Again, this is another thing too. Like it's not only are you so used to a different pace of speed because newer games let you, the player, move at a fast pace, but you're also used to a different speed because the enemies themselves are much, much faster than they used to be. I remember playing. I mean, you can see it even in Skyrim, which is sort of a more modern take on it. A lot of the enemies in that game really barely move. And then you play something that's a little ominous. And then you play something else, like any other modern RPG, action RPG, and they move crazy fast comparatively. And that's only 10 years. And it's like a casual game. Like a lot of these casual games, people just move like crazy. This place has been picked clean of resources. The only sustenance to be found are these damned weeds. One of the men discovered a stash of fruits, but they're no good. You're finding lost equipment scattered around. I've yet to see a single body. Why is that? And another thing, we're truly alone. Why can't I shake the feeling of being watched? It feels like 10,000 eyes are on my back. Huh. A strange fruit with little to no core containing a small seed. These are believed to be jokes devised by irate farmers. I used it. Okay. I don't think I was supposed to use it. Hey, you have armor. Nice. Look cool. Ow, what the fuck? Can I parry? Oh, you can! Okay, maybe, okay. There is a way to play this. Oh shit, I have guard broken. What does that mean? Oh. Oh, he blocks too! Oh, what the fuck? He blocks? It takes me 5 seconds, man! Maybe the trick is you have to do it after a parry to get damage. Oh, do you see that? Actually, okay, you know what? I was wrong. The game is better if you engage with it in an active manner. Do you know why? If you parry, your stamina goes up. Okay, this game might be a banger then because it correctly... I was wrong the whole time. The game correctly punishes you for being... for taking it slow and methodical. It rewards you for taking it fast. That's a good mechanic. What? Hello, traveler. Did you make the noise? A new face! How strange. Your soul looks exhausted. Take food and water. Rest. Melange. Every time I see Melange, I just sort of wonder, how did that happen? How did Melange happen? Was Melange a given the state of the stream? Was it always in our stars? Were we fated to have Melange? Melange, greetings. 7 TV. We do oh no, wait, no, Nightbot. We do Melange. And then we do Melange, and then we do the waving arm. So we do the waving arm. Greetings. Greetings. Okay, so greetings, and we do. I think it's $. Okay, do it. It's like he's waving at you. Try Melange now. Perfect. This land has been consumed by darkness. You've seen them, haven't you? The monsters. The light abandoned us long ago. For why, I do not know. Perhaps we're being punished. Or perhaps. Best not dwell on such things. If it's the manna you seek, you're too late. The gates have been sealed. As luck would have it, I know another way. The church contains a secret passage. It will lead you to the manor. However, the church is locked. You will need a key. The old priests used to wear spears on their necks. They're buried with them in the rural catacombs. The catacombs are just outside the village walls. You would have passed it on your way here. Seek the catacombs. Find the buried priest and take their key. May the dark guide you. Farewell. You don't seem good if you're praising the dark. The Melange crab. The Melange crab. We could do the Melange crab. You can't die. Okay, well, it's a good test. I thought he would die. I've always... We need a crab emote. I mean, there is Crab Jam. Do I have Crab Jam, actually? Wait. I have a TV. Crab Jam. Do I have Crab Jam? Crab Rave. It's Crab Rave. Here. Okay. Whatever. It doesn't work. Well, listen. Nightbot is a simple platform. Okay? Nightbot is a simple platform. There's no such thing as... full-on... whatchamacallit. I was gonna say ERP. Regex, alright? It doesn't see words in the middle of sentences. The village. We've taken refuge in this abandoned village. I doubt the enemy will ever find us here. In the woods, a dense fog surrounded us, covering our movements. However, something isn't sitting right with me. When we entered the woods, it was daylight. The sun was straight above our heads. Had to sneeze, sorry. Somehow, the day is gone. We've only been walking for about an hour, not a moment more. What happened to the sun? The moon bears down on us. Perhaps our minds wandered. Our senses dulled by the battlefield. It's a village. Something feels off about it. Yeah, would you say it was off because of the skeletons, or... I wonder what tipped them off to this place being a weird place. It won't budge. It won't budge. POV. You're just trying to get down and dirty. If I'm correct, if I parry, it does give stamina. Okay, this is a good game. You just need to take it as if it's active combat. Ow. It's actually a really action-packed combat system. Inventory is a little wonky though. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? How come? Oh, but you have to parry. If you miss the parry, what happened to you? I'm over here. Look at me. There we go. You have to parry. Oh, this is actually a very hard game. Actually, it's very punishing. It punishes your patience if you don't parry, or if you don't take combat actively. It then punishes you by stealing your stamina if you don't parry. It's pretty good. Beer B, you have to buy juice. Conscript vest, hey. Huh. A worn blade of iron. Shield, a torch. Armor, here we go. A lightweight vest made of hardened leather, favored by farmers and mercenaries. Huh. There's a lot of stats actually. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad that Melange is sick enough. How do VTubers usually do it? Is it like a... Because I've seen where it's like either a mascot or you are the thing. So are you all my Melanges now? Or is Melange a separate entity that we simply abuse for our entertainment? We don't really know, right? So I know where to go into the into the crypt, but I just want to see what other things are here. And maybe even this well. Oh, but you can't jump actually. I do wish more games allowed you to jump more often. There's something genuinely fun about jumping around. Hello chat, how are you? How is everyone doing today? I have to go into the crypt. Ah, don't you guys hate it when you have to go into your family crypt to slay the old spirits of your ancestors just to gain access to the town? I hate it when my ancestors are holding me back from going to the town square for the New Year's celebration. I hate it. Come here, skeletons. Let me learn your attack pattern. Come on. Hit me. Fuck off. It's turn-based. It's his turn. Hit me. Ooh, okay. I think the more perfect you get it, the more you get. I'm not really sure. I don't know if you need to look at it too. I think I'm doing so for fun. But it does feel fun to have to try to look at it. I do wish the inventory menu stayed open as you use it. And I wish you could see your stats within the inventory menu. So you knew whether or not to use too much. There's a lot of menuing for no reason. Let's see down here. Which ancestor do I have to kill now? You. Hit me, hit me. Hit me, hit me. You know what? It still is a bit too slow, even with the parry thing. Even if you gain stamina on parry, it's still a bit too slow. And I think what they could actually do is maybe give you a stamina regen buff for every successive parry that you do up to like 5. Because the way that it is now, you're reliant on the enemy's attack speed to play faster. Which has a weird relationship where it's like, the more dangerous they are, the easier it is to beat them. If you're good at the game. Like, it's a bit like a Sekiro, where you technically do better the more that they attack you, because you have more opportunity to break down their stagger meter. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feels counterintuitive. But then, if they attack slowly, your experience is roughly the same. It's only slightly faster, like the skeletons, where you have to wait for them to swing at you, but their attack speed is so low that it takes them a while to finally go for it. I feel like there could be a middle ground of some kind. Not too fast, not too slow. Maybe stamina regen if you get, you know, at least your second successive parry. And then you can keep going from there, right? Because look, I have to wait for him to attack, and then I get my stamina until I go for it. Whereas, I think it'd be even better if you could just get faster stamina regen on every successive parry. So you get... It's a bit of a double reward thing, which feels a little bit powerful but it means that as you get better at the game, the pace of it greatly increases, which I think is better overall. You have to press the equip button. Oh. Oops. A massively crafted armor, standard issue of the to knights outside the Royal Guard. Or maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe it's better on successive attack. Yeah, I don't know. So, but something to speed it up a tiny bit could be interesting. But again, I could be speed brained. I have no clue. But here, this room, interesting, right? But it makes you want to corral them all up. Hit me. Please look at me, please. I'm begging you. You fucker. Hit me. You hit me. Come on, hit me, please. Yes, hit me more. Hit me more. Yes, I need more stamina. Yes, I need more stamina. Yes. It also doesn't help that when you hit them, they also get pushed back. So they get stunned if you hit them, which it seems to reset their attack timer, which makes it even slower. Hit me. Hit me. Yes, thank you. You hit me, please. You know, maybe it's meant to be this slow. Yeah. Maybe this is good. Maybe this is good for some people. It's a bit like life, right? You don't need to go at full speed every single time. You can take life a bit slower. Also, you all missed the training video, so I hope you guys know how the card meets. Royal Knight Sword. Wow. More damage, no length. What does that even mean? What? My sword has no length, but has great attack. Well, listen, buddy, size matters. What's the point of a sword with no length? What? And no blunt force. Register. You know what? I still need to do the registration. I'm still waiting for that. I need to finish that. I just haven't done so. I'm actually gonna buy an even smaller server because I don't need anywhere near a large server to like do that. So I'm realizing my server needs are not as large as that VPS that I bought for like, you know, $25, $30. I need one that's like a $5 digital ocean droplet, because that server is not going to cost anything. That command has no processing power. Every single machine out there. You were going to say hi, but then you saw this, the thingy. What thingy? Oh, you mean this thingy? You mean the melange? The menu of this looks like it's from Resident Evil. It kind of does. It does have that retro feel. Yeah, I do. It's good that you brought it up, because I do always think to myself, I miss when games had cool looking menus. Because it used to be that. Because nowadays menus are very utilitarian. But back then, a lot of games, like Devil May Cry. I remember Devil May Cry would have a very cool menu system. Oh god, I'm broken. Where the menu would be a full, almost a 3D scene of sorts, with a bunch of different assets on it showing all these cool lore-based things. I'm so bad at blocking this. Which resident is evil? Wait. New game idea. Wait. You could that could be a good game. It's a shitpost game. The shitpost game is this. It's like SimCity, or it's you know what? Landlord Simulator. Here we go. Landlord Simulator. All right. So it's a landlord simulator. Call it Residence Evil, and then just do a shitpost landlord game where you have to manage your residence and deal with bad tenants. Good, very nice. Devil Maybe Cry, that's a classic one. Hollow Fruit. You know what I said last time? I was like, this stream is just a way for chat to come in and then sigh off me. You give me ideas for games, and then, because I'm the one who can program, you wait until I do a programming stream to make the games for you. There's a game like that already? Wait, really? Which one? I need to know. Please show me that. Please. I beg you. called Tenets. What? It's actually a real game. Tenets game. Oh shit! It is the Tenets. Oh, but I was thinking something else though. I was thinking not. Wait, is it? Wait, no, it is. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. You freed me. You freed me from the hell that is game development. I can now simply play someone else's game. What? Oh. I think there's a missing collision box there. Oh. What are the odds that this breaks my game? What are the odds that breaks my game? I think there's a missing collision box on the side. The moon! The art style of this game though, very nice. It's really nice. I really enjoy it. They do a great job emulating the PS1 style. They even have the sword clip a bit. And just like a real PlayStation 1 game, there's out of bounds secrets. What do I do? You love a good life orb. What do I do? How do I go back? Is there a console? Can I go back? Oops. I had a feeling that would go poorly, but I didn't think it would go super bad. I just thought to myself, okay, there's no way the game lets you keep on falling, right? At some point, the game must reset you. What are the odds that we have to replay that entire section? All the way. Well, what are the odds? Because that took a while to get there. I want to play through the entire demo to see what it is and not just suffer from falling through a floors. I do want to see the entire experience. Is that moon? Ah, no, I'm gaining sen. No. You're useless. Just blow the rest of them. There's something. It's fascinating how many games take the lore of the moon and really lean heavily into the idea of these cosmic entities, right? Again, very, very classic astrology stuff, very, very classic mythology stuff. To look at the moon and go, there's something out there. Something staring at me. Also, this is going to be a very long trip back. That's a bit unfortunate, but at least I know where to go now. And I won't have to make the porn reference again. That's a reference only true schizos would know. Well, I wouldn't say it like that, but... Degens, yeah. Maybe just say Degens. Maybe not schizos. What is it a reference to? Because it does sound a bit absurd. Oh god, my mouse fucked up. Wait, sorry. There we go. Black Souls? What is that? Black Souls. How do I play Black Souls 1 and 2? It's a fantasy RPG maker game. Of course it's an RPG. Oh, it's a hentai game. Oh. Wait, it's a Dark Souls hentai RPG maker game. What? You know what? There is going to be an adult-only segment soon. Look, the game tells you to kill the fox, okay? There is going to be an adult-only segment soon, which can't be done on Twitch. Right? Because you can't do that on Twitch. But it's going to happen. And when it does happen, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play as many weird adult games as we possibly can. Oops. When and if you play games with people, do you play exclusively when they play, or do you play regardless? In a game where you can continue to play and join your friend after. So something like Remnant or even Diablo. I believe in sticking to the co-op flow. That's a good question. I feel bad continuing without my friends because a lot of the fun in a co-op game is also the shared experience that you get from it. Like there's a flow that you get when you're solo and there's a flow that you get when you're co-op. And you can enjoy the game in solo, but there's also an enjoyment that comes from the riffing that you do with your co-op partners. What I'm saying is you're a bad person if you abandon your friends to play by yourself. Hit me. Shit. But there's a temptation. I understand the strong temptation to go forward and play without your friends. What friends? Exactly. What friends? There is a strong temptation to it. But I think it's important to fight the temptation to continue forward, because in a way you almost devalue the experience for your people who you're playing with, right? Even if they're not your friends, even if you hate them, you're still devaluing their experience. You find sex in games to be lacking. Thank goodness Black Souls actually has a censored version. Well, yeah, but like, I don't want to be even more lacking, right? I do notice that. It's pretty weird that The Sims, which is... The Sims is canonically the most family-friendly game that I can think of, has woohoo, you know? Has animated cartoon sex. Basically. And other games, which feel like they should have sex, given the nature of them, don't have sex. Like, you can't have sex in Dark Souls. Even though I feel like that's a game that would have sex. You know what I mean? Please hit me. This thing really does need to give you more stamina. Regen. You don't want to know what mods for Sims 4 you can get. Oh, I know them. The mod told me everything about them. She loves those mods. The mod was, she was like, you have to play with something lusty whims or something. Whimsical whims, sexual desires, flagrant fucking. Something like that. Lusty loins, flagrant fucking. It's wild to me that people will continue without someone. You have very few people that you play with that will wait for you. You know what? I recognize this as a thinly veiled rant against those people, and you should talk to them. You should talk to them and get them to know that you want them to wait for you. Okay, communication is key. They may not even recognize and realize that it's important to you. You should be like, hey, I don't want to play alone. I want to have friends play with me. I want to experience it with you. Yeah, all we see in Dark Souls is a feat. And even then, just barely. You can't even kick consistently within Dark Souls. The heads of the skeletons kind of look like pillows. That's a nice helm. POV, you're a smith. I'm dying. POV, you're like a traveling smith going around checking out the latest in the gear, and you see a really nice helmet. Lusty Loin sounds like a great character name. It does. Look at this. That's a good armor too. I do like her character being effectively a mannequin. I'm gonna rush the sword in this room. I'm gonna leave these enemies. It doesn't feel like killing enemies is actually worth anything. I have noticed that too. And because of the speed of these enemies, you don't really feel pressured by them to have to kill them. So it feels like a waste of time to kill these enemies. Which, I mean, it's better than the alternative where you have to grind for EXP, but you definitely notice that the game, that the way it works, like it's hard to build incentive to kill things without it feeling worse. The best I've seen is a system where you can buy shop items with the gold, and the shop items are marginally better than the found items sometimes. It's like in between stopgaps. But you don't get EXP, so there's no need to grind. You can do it if you want an easier time. Oh, you have communicated with them. They just feel as if it's restrictive to them. It's a difference you accept, though. It's just intriguing that it feels like there aren't many people who wait from your interactions. Yeah, it's because of that issue, where they feel it's restrictive. But the problem with that mindset, I always found, is like, it's not like the people who can't play don't want to play. Like, they can't play because they're busy, right? It's not like they have any choice. Like, life gets in the way. So it's a bit unfortunate because it feels in a way disrespectful of your circumstances too, in its own way. Not to say that it is, but basically, whenever someone gives that argument, I always sort of wonder, why is the empathy only being given one way, in the one direction? It's not bi-directional empathy there. Testicles and lusty loins. It's him! Testicles! Get him! That could be a good, like, sex parody RPG. Like a meta commentary on RPGs and adventures. The idea of you getting the idea of you being rewarded with a virgin maiden, right? And it being a meta commentary on that whole angle, having characters being named testicles and the stuff. The sword kind of looks like the elven sword from Oblivion. I actually don't remember anything about the game. Oh, it does! No, you're right. All the elven weapons actually have that golden style. It does. Iron Shield! Oh, sleep time for now? Oh yeah, true, yeah, it is late. Good night, thanks for showing up, and sleep tight, and thank you for showing me tenants. I can't wait to torture my tenants. I can't wait. You're very much a person to be a NPC/follower. Is that a new door? That is a new door. That's a one-way door. It's not really a one-way door. What is this? If you play the game with someone who is new to it, as in to let them experience the game, you get the enjoyment from the experience of seeing someone play the game for the first time. Yeah, but like, it sounds like the question that you're asking is fundamentally different in the sense of like, they derive enjoyment from playing the experience, and they feel like you not being available to play the experience is a detriment to theirs. And like, to me, that situation has always been funny because it's always felt like a one-way direction of whatchamacallit, empathy, if that makes sense. Like, I have a friend who I'm playing Remnant 2 with who's a teacher, right? He's free only during summer. And I'm not free during summer. Like, summer is my busiest time taking care of people. So it's a bit of a hard time that we can't finish the game together. But we just take our time and we just wait and we just play with each other when we can. Right? Because we're respectful of the fact that we just don't have time. So it's funny to me that situation even comes up because it does really feel like a case of you're very, like, I will say this, you're very empathetic. You're very, very empathetic for the person that you're trying to play games with and they're being very not empathetic to you. Because it's not like you have control over things, right? Virgin maiden called Testicles, who is not a very friendly maiden. Yes, and she might stomp your balls. Exactly. Thank you for understanding. Yeah, you bring up a good point. Honestly, I mean, it feels like an empathy test. It feels like a shopping cart test, right? Where do you bring back the shopping cart knowing that there's no need to and no one's really going to judge you for it? But it feels even worse than the shopping cart test because the shopping cart test implies that there's somebody who will not be affected by it. But here in this case, somebody is negatively affected by it. Somebody will always be negatively affected by it. Is it the boss? I can still hear her voice. My love. They think of me as a dog. I can't see you. I can't move my screen. I am no dog. Get in the ground and bark for me, boy. Come on. What do you do? Oh shit, this guy's actually fast as fuck. Hit me. Oh shit. Okay, I get how it works. When they dash at you, that's when they swing. But will they swing normally as a wall? Yes, they do. Oh god. This is, you know what? Pretty good boss fight. Given the game's mechanics and the way that it's slow-paced stamina and the way that you build stamina up from blocking as a wall, it's pretty good. I do enjoy this. Oh, okay, I failed that so hard. I misread that super hard. I didn't expect that. Boom! The stamina usage is kind of slow here, though. You blocked that? This might be a little problematic. Okay, you blocked that? What is that? Okay, that's a 3-hit combo. This reminds you of Legend of Zelda. Actually, cool boss. Yeah, it actually is pretty interesting. But I definitely noticed the stamina bar issue. The stamina bar in this boss fight, you really start to see that it's a little bit too slow. I missed that so hard. It's in the middle of the animation. It sucks too when you miss. If you miss an attack, you lose your entire stamina bar. Which makes sense, like, it is meant to be punishing, but that feels a little too punishing given the pace of the regen. Like, if you regen faster, maybe it'd be less annoying to do. But now that the boss is speeding up, it's pretty cool, actually. Okay, I keep fucking it up. I keep fucking up. I keep fucking up. I'll read I'll read the messages after. I have no potions. You keep blocking me. Come here. Come on. Let's go. I keep fucking it up. I keep mistiming that. Got it. Oh, you're so dead. One more, please. No, I'm not failing that again. I hear the ocean. Oh, that's such a good freeze frame. Cutting right through his neck. That's a good freeze frame. That was solid. Straight for the head. Yep. Okay, if two empathetic people are stuck in a room, they find anything to... Do they find anything to do? That's a good point. If you give too much... I mean, that doesn't feel like empathy, and it feels more like paralysis of a choice, right? You feel waiting for a friend as a problem is unnecessary if you want to experience more than playing with someone. You could use another save or just progress, then go back to the point with your friend. So that's the thing about the subjectivity, right? It depends on what two parties want, and it depends on the compromise. If one person wants to experience everything fresh with you, then it is actually a detriment to go ahead and use it like a separate save. It's sort of why it's a complex situation, and why I mentioned that it's purely an empathetic problem. It's not a logistical problem, because as you say, right? If that is a valid solution if it's a logistical problem. But the core problem at hand is not the logistics. The core problem at hand is one person wanting and desiring some experience from it with somebody else, and having that shared moment in the time, and sharing in the excitement of exploring something new, versus necessarily just playing with them, right? At least the way that this chatter has presented their problem, it doesn't feel to me like a problem of logistics. Because again, logistically, everything is possible, and logistically, it's the easiest thing. But somebody's feelings towards the matter of wanting to experience something with someone else, I think that's a much deeper question of what they want, ultimately. Oh, so that boss was, I think, completely optional. That boss didn't even matter. I just killed a man for no reason. Oh, don't you hate that when you accidentally get into a duel and you kill someone that had no reason to die? Aw, man. With this, though, there will be learned game knowledge in the game to where you'll be uneven footing during play. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, exactly. A game like Outward with the story, knowing outcomes. Games like Wildermyth, where you know exactly how things are going to play out. Where you know what choices lead to what. Like, there's... And when that happens, right? And even sometimes game mechanics. Like, let's say you play Elden Ring and you do the co-op mod. And you're playing with somebody who's already beaten the game. There's no shared learning and no mistakes, right? So it's like you're playing a whole different game at that point, where effectively only one of you is experiencing and the other one is watching in some way. Someone has to sacrifice either way at experiencing the game early or waiting and playing with your friend. Right, but I think that's also like a false dichotomy, right? Because one is a much larger loss, I think, than the other. Because waiting to play a game, you sacrifice one individual sort of enjoyment of it. But if you play ahead, you sacrifice both some other person's enjoyment of the game, and if you do that thing where you go back and you play on your oldest save with them, you also sacrifice your enjoyment because you've already beaten this content. And not to say that replaying games isn't fun, but on some level, it's like, if you know everything that there is, it's no longer a challenge. All you're doing is just going through the motions. There is no learning, right? And there is no experiencing, and there is no sort of breaking things down to like go through it. Waiting to play a game might even kill your enjoyment for the game, which is a valid point. Yeah. It's like a valid point that like that could be the case too. But it's one of those things where like, you know, again, it's why it's like a compromise and why there's like an empathy portion of it, where it's like, you know, because you are correct, where like you can't also just wait forever, right? Somebody has to, like, they have to be able to want to continue the thing too, right? But from the way it sounds like, it doesn't really, like, basically I think you're pulling from straws you're implying more than what the situation was given. The situation that was given really does seem like it's like, for all intents and purposes, we can probably assume that it's a reasonable amount of wait time. Where if you're busy in the life and you have to wait like a week to do things, Or if you're a teacher and your only free time is during the summer, it's like you have no alternative, right? So it's like, no matter, like, it's not like they're artificially extending how long they can play, and it's not like it's an unreasonable amount of time given the context either. Like, there's good reasons for it, presumably, right? Because if it wasn't good reasons, I think they would probably know. They would be like, well, you know, my friend won't wait for me, even though it's been months, and like, why aren't they waiting for me? I think they would probably call themselves out at that point. So, I mean, to me, it just seems like maybe the waiting isn't bad, because you are missing out on that learning process together. Co-op definitely makes games fun, even the most boring games fun. Yeah, for sure, yeah. But you do lose out. Like, you do lose out if one person goes ahead, if they know everything. And they're effectively playing the game on the script. Not to say that it's like the worst loss. Like, some games, you can sort of deal with that. Like Resident Evil, if you play Resident Evil 5, no matter how many times you play you will play that game. And no matter how experienced you are at the game, it's still really fun in co-op, right? But other games, again, like Outward or say Wildermyth, if I played with someone who knew all the outcomes, who knew what to choose, I would feel a little like you're ruining my game by making these choices. Because then there's no mystery to what you choose, and you know what the quote-unquote best option is at all times. In a way, you're no longer role-playing your character, basically, if that makes sense. Very game-dependent, but, you know. I think that's the hard part, is that this question doesn't specify that type of game, too. But at the very minimum, it does feel like an empathy thing, and it does feel like if you're giving the leeway to the person and saying, okay, I understand why you'd want to play ahead, they should also give leeway to you and then be like, okay, I understand why you can't play at the moment and why you waiting a bit also won't kill me. You know what I mean? Because it's not like waiting a tiny bit will kill you to be able to play the game. Like, it's not gonna... Poor Pilgrim of Sorrow. I'm not poor. I have an iron helm. Uh-oh. Chad, I think someone spawned. The music has changed. But they do enjoy. There are definitely some games where co-op just always works for them. What is that? I think I did something really, really bad. I think I spawned something really, really bad. And I think this town is going to go down in flames. But yeah, without more specifics too, it's really hard to say. Like, because again, do you have time to play, and are you choosing to do something else instead of playing it, right? And then how long has it been, and you know, what's people's patience? Like, if they're a 3-day kind of wait person, maybe it's fine for you to say, okay, well, I don't really want to play it, but I'll play it anyways, right? Like, because in my case, it's like the person who I play co-op with for Remnant 2, he's a teacher, and I get busy during the time that he's off, so it's kind of hard, right? So you need more details to determine it, but at the very minimum, at least the people who play ahead, it's like you could probably... The people who play ahead could probably wait more, because waiting more costs you nothing. Except for immediate satisfaction. Like gratification and satisfaction. Which you can probably do without anyways, and no matter what, you're going to get the same fun by the end of it. It's like... It's not like waiting forever to continue playing something then makes the experience worse. You know what I mean? It's not like all of a sudden the game is less fun. You're still gonna have fun with the game if you were enjoying it before. It's just, it could even be like 5 years later and you still enjoy it. I mean, there's an entire subreddit based around this where they wait for gaming deals and they wait until the game drops to $1 and they don't, and like the hype is like gone, but they still enjoy playing the game because it's a game that they wanted, but they just can't afford it, right? I found the captain of the royal guard locked away within the depths of the graveyard. She appeared to be consumed by darkness. Despite that, she was lucid. I do not yet understand what I've seen. Few more questions lay ahead with no answers to be found. To anyone who finds this, it's too late. Abandon any hope you still carry. It will not be needed. What if they don't want to... What if they didn't want to get spoiled on the line? It's kind of... You know what? That's a fair criticism. And I think that is a complicated problem. But that's also sort of a problem that you deal with just playing the game anyways. Like, it's like... I guess it really depends, though. Depending on your source of information, yeah. You know what? I'll concede to that. because I think you're correct. If you're someone who follows gaming news, or let's say you watch me and I spoil Signalis for you because I played it, right? And it's been long enough for me. It does mean ultimately that you have to be aware of that, right? There is a certain level of, I guess, a lot of spoilers you can kind of ignore, because it is kind of easy to ignore spoilers, and like, I will mostly call it out, but accidents can happen. But then it's like, I guess it's like, if you know it's a spoiler for something, then wouldn't you also know to look away? Like, if I read the first word and I say, like, if you hear me say, like, in Signalis, like, I would just throw my headphones on the floor, right? I would throw my headphones on the floor as a reflex. Because then you would know the context of it. Like, how do you know that it's a spoiler without knowing that it's a spoiler? And then how can you not react to that? Except in videos. Like, at least with reading, you can react to it because you can read at your own pace. But with videos and people talking, it's like, if I say, like, this is just like in Signalis, it's like, oh, man. Though that also points to phrasing as well. Of like the whole, you reverse the phrasing and you say the situation is like XYZ, and then you go, oh, well, it's too late for me then, right? With dark in their heart. Oh, man. Oh, man, you spoiled Signalis for me. You mean this whole thing is like Signalis? Yeah, man, totally. It's totally like Signalis, yep. You're back with your juice. Man, you love juice. What's the flavor? Is it a good the flavor or a bad flavor? Lots of factors. For you specifically, you have 100% availability, generally talking about games that have progression. Not talking about games that start from the same points like League of Legends or chess or an RTS. So, all the bad games, you say. So, you're not playing the good games like League of Legends, the best game by Riot Games? Sealed by a dark forest. Okay, I'm assuming this key takes you into the town though. Well, looks like we did spawn something pretty bad. What? It's the best kind of liquid, apple, orange, and mango. That's a pretty intense flavor profile. What's funny is that I hate all three of those flavors. Hey, be burdened no longer. What are you? What are you? Where'd you go? Those are my 3 hated flavors. I don't enjoy those flavors. Oil up flavor. Orange is just too sour most of the time. Mango, I hate mango. No, I love eating mango. I hate mango juice. I love eating mango, but because when you eat mango, I think the pulp is a nice combination with the sweet flavor. I think the juice by itself is a little too sweet for me. I hate orange because it's simply too sour, and I don't like the way that it has that like sour tang to it. I don't like apple because it's also a little like sour sweet, which I don't enjoy most apple juices, but it may depend on your flavor profile. I've heard that apple juice elsewhere tastes a lot better. Mangoes are so good. Okay, again, I enjoy eating it. I just don't like the flavor. Well, oranges have a range of tastes. Exactly, yeah. So it depends on the one that you get, yeah. Like, it really depends. But usually, at least here, the orange and the apple juice that we get is more the sour kind. I'm not a big fan of sour drinks unless I'm in the mood for it. When I think of juice, I want sweet drinks. You love sour fruits. I do too. But I like it in fruit form more than I do the juice form. And I only like it in juice form in very specific times. Otherwise, I want sweetness. Mango tastes like honey, TBH. And it's also great to eat. That's the thing, right? It tastes really good to eat as like a bite thing. And it does taste like honey, but I think that's why I can't drink it. It's just too sweet to me. I say as I drink, Coca-Cola every day. Looks like the roots have taken hold in this town. I'm gonna talk to the old man. Maybe he knows what's going on here. Hey, old man, do you know why the town is taken over by these roots, by the woods? Mangoes are weird though. They have a grain. That's what I enjoy about. It's a tree. I love this as a concept. The concept of arborification is an amazing horror concept. It's probably the moon. I mean, yeah, but like, what exactly about it, right? Is it going to go down the Eldritch God route? Is it going to go down the moon itself as taking hold onto these lands? Is it going to go maybe even a whole different angle? Is the moon going to fall and crash into Earth like a Majora's Mask? We have no clue. Or is the moon actually an eldritch being that's being wrapped up in like a crusty case? Oh, is it cutscene time? Coming very soon. You know what? That was a solid demo. Again, this is a whole demo disc thing. There's multiple demos in this demo disc for us to play. And I really, really enjoy what this is going for. I think the stamina recovery is a bit too slow. That or the enemies attack too slowly. I think the enemies could be sped up a little bit more, especially the skeletons. This isn't me, by the way. Oh, look. There's cool things that we can find later. In this survival horror RPG. But I think this game works very, very, very well. It just... The pacing is a little bit slow for the combat. You could go just a little bit faster when in the combat, and it could be a little bit better in that sense. And it could be much more interesting in that way. Because the way it is now, the enemies attack too slowly for you to get stamina back. You lose stamina if you miss an attack. You lose all your stamina when you attack. You need high stamina to do a lot of damage. And enemies take at least 2 hits depending on your early weapon. It's worse early game, it's better late game, but I feel like they could at least speed up the pace of it so you have more opportunity to go at your desired pace, right? Because the way that the game is, and this is a really cool outro trailer thing. This is actually really nice. Oh, there's even a merchant and a good multi-eyed monster. You know what? This is a very nice trailer and a very cool dragon enemy. And I knew the statues would come alive at some point. And whatever this demon is too. You knew and no monster, I hope. Huh. Sorry, I'll read the chat messages soon. I'm so engrossed in this video. Oh, there's a lot actually. Holy shit. There's a lot of really cool stuff. There's a lot of different things going on here. Oh, look, very Bloodborne. Isn't that the same clip? It's also backwards. Lest you befall. Yeah, that's cool. That actually, okay, that gets me very excited for what's next. Again, the game is good. It's just the pacing of it is very slow, right? There's something about the slow pacing that really bothers me. And yeah, exactly that. Stamina is seen as a timer that forces you not to play, which in this case is very much true. Like in this case, it's a timer that forces you to wait to then eventually go to your turn, right? What? Oh shit! We unlocked a new video. I'll read the messages soon. I swear. We have part 2 of the Flipside Frights. The story continues. He wasn't sacrificed. He's alive. What?
Hey, kid.
Huh?
Wait, I need to up the volume on this.
You dummy.
How are you calling me? I don't even have a phone.
I've been watching you for a while now.
Wait, is that actually...
The need to play video games is fixing things.
Is that the real voice actor? He sounds a lot like the real voice actor.
You're breaking up.
But I can barely hear him.
Computer once.
Huh? Oh, this poor kid. This poor kid has gotten himself into a bit of a situation. Raiden.
What?
Raiden, it's me, the Colonel. Turn off the game console. What are you doing, playing with the PS2?
Damn. Got it.
Wait.
Raiden, turn off the game console.
After being hit by the
Plug in controller 2.
I've been using my time power in attempting escape. Damn. Almost got me there. Look, kid. Haunting. You gotta transform me back.
How? Are you traveling through time?
My mind is my body. My body. Stop, kid.
What?
My body's been there the whole time.
Oh my god. They hooked his body up to a machine.
I don't know how much longer I can evade this power.
Colonel, I'm stuck in time. Colonel. 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 God, the animations freak me out. There's something weirdly shitposty about them.
Thanks, kid.
Hey, this guy, I remember him. I think.
No.
Or maybe I don't. He just looks familiar. All the characters look the same, in the sense of like they have the same style. So if you, it's been like 2 years since the last demo disc came out, so it's been hard to figure out and remember who these characters are.
Even send our cutesy guest back home.
No, we can keep Haunty. No, I don't want to bring him back home. What? Anyways, yeah, cool game, very solid stuff. Sorrow is a solid. The demo disc, we have a new cutscene. They just need to think about the pacing of that stamina bar. It's just too punishing and too slow. It could be sped up, and if they want to make it skill based, right? Because again, that game stamina bar, it would benefit more from faster enemies, and it would benefit more from rewarding you for consecutive ones. Anyways, let's go back. What was the message? Sorry. One time you looked up how many seasons of a show that a show had, and the first sentence it was character A died in season X. You had to love spoilers. Okay, yeah, see, fair. Spoilers like that are a little bit too painful, and it's hard to sort of know because a lot of people will write spoilers in the reverse where they say like, this is what happened in X and it's too late. You think the moon is probably the demon sultan Azathoth? Probably. I mean, you also got the smoothie that's strawberry, raspberry, and blueberry. See, now that's a good flavor. I think that's a very solid flavor because that's a flavor that you get when you want to have that flavor. It's weird how Coca-Cola tastes awful when it doesn't have carbonation. What? So when you think about it, the carbonation that numbs your tongue and minimizes the content of it, so maybe it tastes less sweet. Only reason you can think of why it's worse. You take that back. The best tasting soda is a flat Coca-Cola. I will sometimes leave Coca-Cola out in the fridge and to wait for it to be flat to then drink the pure carbonated sugar, the pure uncarbonated sugar with the fake cocaine flavor that they have, because they can no longer use real coca leaves, or maybe they do. I have no clue. Bloody Star really reminds you of Draken the Ancient Gates. Holy shit! I've only ever heard one other person talk about that's a game, and now you're number two. If it's statue, it's illegal for it to not to come alive. True. Combat is turn-based but real-time. Very true. Solid Snake Hair Story? Maybe. This is cursed. It wasn't cursed. Could be the blood red eyes protruding with the glasses. Kind of. Ew, that's the worst. What? No, guys, flat soda tastes great. It's flat Coca-Cola. Yeah, exactly. The bottom of the Coca-Cola is the best. You like the flat soda wild syrup. I think you just like Spyrit sugar. No, chat. Okay, look. You can't tell me that Coca-Cola, when it's flat, tastes bad because they use real Coca-Cola. Look, it's Coca-Cola. Do they still use coca leaves? Cocaine? Look, it's they use the extract of coca leaves, a decoconized version, okay? It has no cocaine in it, but it still tastes really good. Did you say that mango was too sweet, or did you mishear? No. I said mango juice was too sweet with too little in between. I think the sweetness of mango, because like sugar has a different flavor profile than mango or Coca-Cola, right? If it was true that you could get the same flavor of Coca-Cola and mango from sugar, I would only eat sugar. But just like how cane sugar tastes different from brown sugar, it tastes different from like regular white sugar, right? Tastes different, even different, I would say, from powdered sugar. I think the mango sweetness is best when you eat it, but it's too sweet when you drink it for me. It's too much like a honey thing where the flavor gets overwhelming for me as a drink. They use something special. They use the special leaves that grow on those special trees with those special flavors. I feel like I'm not the crazy one here, okay? Look, next time, listen. If you had to choose, right? If you had to choose, would you drink flat Dr. Pepper or flat Coca-Cola? That alone tells you that there's a specific flavor to Coca-Cola that makes it really good, okay? That you don't even need the soda. I think the spiciness of the soda adds an interesting texture to it. But sometimes you don't want the texture, you want cocaine without having real cocaine. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be addicted to cocaine, so I have flat Coca-Cola. Neither. You like the smoothie, you don't know about the mango juice though. See, that's the thing. Like, it's exactly that. It's like, I need the pulpiness of the mango to enjoy the mango flavor, because the mango flavor by itself is a little bit too much. That's why the juice doesn't work for me. You like the burn of Coca-Cola. I do too. I think it burns differently from other sodas. It has a very specific burn too. It's like the carbonation. It's like the CO2 is an intensified form. It's like extreme CO2. You know what I mean? It's the kind of CO2 that they use at the dentist's office. What about mineral water? I think mineral water is a waste of water. Coca-Cola has that tang to it. You know what I mean? It's got that tang to it. I think mineral water or sparkling water is a waste of water. I think both of them are both bad. I'd rather drink sewer water than mineral water or carbonated water. LOL, you don't like salty water? Yeah, that's the thing, right? It tastes kind of like weird salty, but it's not salty. It's like, what's that flavor profile? It tastes like umami. It tastes like a weird fucked up version of like MSG. It's why it's so weird. It's like, you know what? There's a 6 flavor compound. That 6 flavor compound is the mineral water. Because it's a flavor that's in between MSG and salt. It's like, it has like a metallic tang to it. Where it's like kind of like MSG and then salt because it has a weird flavor to it. It doesn't taste good. And carbonated water has that too, to some degree, but less metallic, more spicy. Mineral water does have salt. Wait, really? Oh. Maybe that's why. I don't like it. I like when my water tastes like pure water. Like if it... You ever eat snow, chat? You ever eat snow? Yellow snow tastes salty. Pure white snow tastes like water. That's some good water. And dirt and other weird things in your sky. You ever carbonated water and there's a weird aftertaste because you're expecting it to taste like Coca-Cola? Kind of. But not because I'm expecting it. I just find there's always an aftertaste to it. Always. And it always tastes kind of strange to me. It's why, again, I just don't like it. It's just a weird flavor. Yellow snow has piss. No. What? No way. What? You mean to tell me the yellow snow that my dog leaves behind for me is full of piss? I thought she was just leaving me like a snack. No. Anyways, let's check out Spyrit Walker. Explore a weird western world trapped in a perpetual night. Meet strange characters and unlock powerful weapons and abilities to get rid of this land of evil. Why not? You ever just eat a really juicy fruit, then it's just a mess, and then you just devour it like you hunted a wild animal? That is my one annoyance of mango, where you can't eat mango without making this noise. Because you have to suck up the juice after, because there's like so much shit flying all over the place. And your face is like this, and your face is tinted orange. Orange juice. Yeah, exactly. My dog is just leaving me nice orange juice. By the way, we're not playing every game in this pack, right? Some of the games we won't be playing, like Angeline Era, because I've already played them. So if you don't see them here, I have to reiterate this every single time. It's not because I hate those games. It's because I've already played Eclipsium and Angeline Era, and they're fantastic, and you should play them too. Again, this whole demo disc is actually amazing. I think everyone should play this. It's really good. You gotta lick the backside of the peel. No more slurps, please, streamer. Please, streamer. Spare us, please. Streamer, you have to lick the slurps. It's really good at the back. So the game is starting. The way this thing works is it starts every game from this main game thing. So I have to wait for the game to start. Problem is it's not starting. Why? Why aren't you starting? What happened? Oh. I know why. Do you know why? I forgot to do this. Shit, sorry. They actually... I need to... Sorry. I have to close this. They pushed a new version of the thing, and I forgot to extract it into the folder. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Quick debug live. I forgot to extract this into the folder. They released an update for it that's to fix things. You think I'm on the menu select screen. So, okay, so the way this thing works is weird. It's an application that launches other applications. Because there's no other way to do something like this without doing that. So what happens is that when you start a game, it just tries to start another game from the main game. Which is interesting. But because of that, you see this lag time where I have to manually switch over the current active view for you to see the game that's going to start, because it's like a whole separate application. It makes sense because you can't do it like the PS2 style where you embed things and there's no single sort of application where things run. Like on the PS2, you can do context switching and stuff. With this, you can't really do that on Windows automatically, so you have to do it manually. But there's also, they released a new update because apparently the old one had a bug when they first released it, and I forgot to unpack it this morning. My bad. We're doing it now. This might take a while. About 12 hours. What the fuck do you mean? Huh? What do you mean 12 hours? How about this? We continue on the old version, and when I'm done this segment tomorrow, I'll make sure to update it. I'll update it for tomorrow in the set. Okay? It's a bit too late now. I've made too many mistakes. She was begging to get a piece of my mango, so we went shopping and bought some more mangoes. I like the anti-joke. That was a solid anti-joke. Spyrit Walker. Let's try this. I also like the name Spyrit Walker, like it's spying on something. What is this? What an intro! That is a solid intro. I know that sounded sarcastic, but more games should start like this. I think every game out there should just dump you right into a cool 3D scene menu and give you a bunch of sliders and say, alright, have fun. There's a demon over there, there's a dead guy over here, somebody's crouching by the fire, and there's a brightness slider. That's it. Multiplayer? I don't have Steam. This is not the Steam version. Okay, wait a minute. Well, Steam is open, so I need to download this off of the Steam version. Isn't that a mythical creature? You forget the term for it. Like a skinwalker? It might be a skinwalker. Fog 1+1. What? Spyrit Walker demo, private networks. Windows Firewall has blocked some features. Isn't it a single player? Oh, it is Western themed. You are a Spyrit Walker. Guided by the spirits of their ancestors, Spyrit Walkers travel the world and cleanse it of all the manifestations of evil. A dying breed, you are one of the few left as the world descends further into chaos. As you approach a small town, the world grows darker, and you are overwhelmed by a sense of evil. Unsure of what lies ahead, or if you're prepared, you set camp for the night, yeehaw. I need to do a voiceover for this intro. I think they would pay me not to. They would genuinely pay me not to. Shit, look out, partner! The ghosts are coming in! My ancestor told me what happens when a Wendigo takes your form! Looks like a Wendigo from Outward. Yeah, it could be a Wendigo. I think Skin Eater, like a Wendigo or something. This is already better than AAA games, right? We would pay you not to. Hello, streamer. Okay, next time, if you don't have to sub. I tell people not to sub because I'm a programmer. I have the money. But the next person who does sub, please write a message saying, please stop voice acting from now on. Wake up, partner! It's not safe here. Evil's lurking. The town isn't far from here. Follow the trail. Alright, partner. Jesus fucking Christ, my mouse is too sensitive, partner. Jesus. What the fuck is going on? Shit, partner, what the fuck is this screen? This is demo. This is a demo for sure. But you know what? It makes sense. Damn, he looking like Johnny Depp. Damn, is that Johnny Depp? Hey, I'm next. Okay, that's nice. I have no ammo. Oh, look, you have to like flick it down to fill it. It fills over time. It's actually very similar to Beyond Citadel, but without the complexity of having to cock it too. My horse has run off. Something must have spooked it. The hell's all this over here? Aw, shit, there's a skeleton. Fills over time, yep. 45-degree chop. My granddaddy used to hunt them birds, used to eat them. We didn't have much food up in life. There's a power attack. This is a pretty interesting take on... Oh god, it's so loud. Press R to reload. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of something horseshoes and horses. It's like that Half-Life 2 mod that's about cowboys. That's what this reminds me of. Aw, shit, partner, you got some ammo. Why can't I take the 200X? What's over here? Howdy, partner. Demons! Demons! Oh, god damn! I think there's a demons over here. We gotta get the hell out of here. Everything is wrong. It's all wrong. These beasts attacked my home. I had no choice but to run. But the further I got from my house, the more lost I got. Everything's different than I remembered. I don't know when it changed. Am I losing my mind? They're banging on my door now. I'm going out on my own terms. When was this message written? In the 1600s? Like, he's a skeleton. There's nothing left of him. His body rotted for long before I even came here. He's just meat. He's just bones. It takes a long time for you to degrade into bones. Sometimes people don't even degrade into bones. A lot of people just become like mummies. Every game has a waterfall secret. I've learned this. I've learned this from antiquity. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Streamer, did you say mommies? Sometimes they become mommies. Sometimes the dead become mummies and daddies. We don't really know. Hey. You know what? That's a good misreading of mummies, and I'm gonna keep that. You know how like it's Curse of the Mummy? There should be a porn parody where it's like Curse of the Mommy. Curse of the Dummy Mommy. And then the sequel could be Curse of the Dummy Mommy. And then you just keep on going, right? The Subby Wubby strikes back. Curse of the Dummy Mommy. Shit, partner, look out, there's mommies all over the goddamn place. Stop telling me to use bandages. I know. I like this though. This is actually a pretty interesting take on the idea of it feels a lot like a Quake shooter game. The way that things move and stuff. But with a lot more exploration that reminds me of sort of like a Hexen deal. Where you take like a base game that is mostly just a horde shooter / arena shooter. And then you add a whole bunch of world around it that makes you go, ooh, what is this? Or ooh, what is that? It's a pretty good sort of combination take. Though I will say, I always disappoint myself because I go into the wilderness thinking there's secrets. But I forget that the wilderness is not the wilderness because there's things there. It's the wilderness because there's nothing there. The dark-skinned Egyptian Dami mummy sounds like an anime. Well, you know what? It also sounds a bit. It also sounds like it sounds like a brand risk and like way too risky. There's been a cave. There's been a cave in, and now the only way back to town is blocked. I've rigged up some dynamite, but I don't have the plunger for the detonator. It should be up in the storage shed, but that coward destroyed the stairs trying to hide from the beast. I can hear them in the forest. Although it's not unheard of. Like a lot of anime stuff, like a lot of things that I read in anime feel like huge brand risks that wouldn't work if it wasn't anime. Like anime does lend itself to a certain style that more easily I think looks past certain characterizations and stereotypes in the drawings, if that makes sense. Do I have a favorite crosshair / reticle for this type of thing? Yeah, not this. Anything but this. I don't like this crosshair. I don't like dynamic crosshairs that open up to show me my recoil. I'm a huge shoot shiny weak spots to break things in the environment. Oh hell. Oh, objects can be picked up and stacked with E. Oh yes, it's a physics game. It's not even like a bad crosshair. I think it's a great crosshair. I just really enjoy having exact crosshair movements so I know what is going on. Wow, the enemies actually jump off and follow you. This is good AI. A lot of games don't even do... Usually what happens is most games, the way that you play this is, you can just kind of sit there and they can't follow you off of a building. That was good. What is the gold for, I wonder? The TNT plunger. I can't take the sword? I'm a man of the axe and not the sword. What am I, a barbarian? I'm a cowboy. Give me the sword or a whip or something. I'll be Indiana Jones up in this bitch. Do you prefer a dot or like just like plain circle? You know what? That's a good quote. That's an even better question. I like dots. I think dots are a lot better for shooting because it's very exact where you aim. And then I also really enjoy the circle though for guns that have a like a spread shot. So a shotgun circle 100%. I feel like the best crosshair is as simple as you can because you just want to communicate as much as you can about how a gun shoots. And I think a circle for a shotgun does that very well because then you know for sure how it shoots. And I think a dot for the crosshair is really good for every other type of gun because you know where it's going to go. That's my preference though. Some might say it's my game theory. You know what's wild? You've actually come to really like this crosshair. What? You like how when you grab something and pick it up, it's like the Windows mouse almost. Oh, like a grab icon? It's kind of like Amnesia, right? I think that also works well. But I like the Amnesia style for the tactile feel. Like Amnesia did a great job of the inventory management. Oh, what the fuck? Because it feels like it really does feel like you're interacting with a physical object. Oh, like the arrow up. Oh god, the Spideys. Chat, do you see a weird filter over the screen? What is that? Wait, how come that filter doesn't show up? What? What is that filter? That filter doesn't show up in my game. My game looks normal. Let's turn on fog. What is that? What is that weird? It's like a hatching. A hatching, sorry. The carrot, right? That's the term. The carrots. That's your favorite face. Partner, remember to search around for secrets. You gotta be careful out here. With them demons, you need as many secrets as you can. Is this mushrooms? Are these? Sorry, I just burped. Sorry. Is this green mushrooms? What is this? That's a thick carrot. You know, I never saw that emote as being thick, but you're actually right. Why is that carrot so thick? Oh fuck, that scared me. Okay, that made me jump a little. Thanks. That's a thick carrot, partner. Thanks. Appreciate that. Glad you like that shit. Yeah, why is that carrot drawn so thick? I guess, okay, if you have to make a global emote on Twitch, right? And you only have so much space to work with, what do you do? Wait, how did you make yours so thick, actually? Oh, that's a different carrot. I thought that was the same carrot. Wait, your carrot is just larger. Wow. Very nice smug dog face. Skill issue. You're telling me you didn't go to get surgery for your carrot to make that thing larger? Partner, do you even know what you're doing, partner? Sorry, I have no clue why there's a weird cross. You know what's weird? Okay, tell me if on screen, do you see these black dots all over the screen? Like, do you see like a weird... It's as if we're inside of a sack. You know what I mean? It's as if we're inside of a very thin face mask. Do you see that? Because I see it in my preview. It's as if we're in a very thin face mask. Like a balaclava. You don't think you see any black dots that I'm referring to? Okay, well that's weird, because on OBS in the preview, I see it. But in my screen, like on my screen, it looks clear. Like it looks crystal clear. But on the preview, it's like I'm wearing a balaclava. Why does it look like I'm wearing a balaclava? It's not even cold out here, partner. Why is it? It's weird. This is the second game that is captured differently on OBS. The first game was Dragon's Dogma 1. Here you go. This one's on me. You guys stare at it until it goes flat, though. The Coca-Cola. Look, at least one of you understands why flat Coca-Cola tastes good, okay? Well, only one of you knows about the cocaine origins. You all laugh at me until finally there's a kick button. Look closely. It doesn't say Coca-Cola. It's Cope. That's a good can. That's actually a really good can. Okay, so there's that space. There's also this space over here. I like this. This is a very interesting game. I know we haven't really done much, but I like the way that this game does exploration, in particular. Actually, both games that we played today so far, Spider, what the fuck is this called again? As well as that last game, Sorrow, they both do a really interesting job being a how does this? Being a slow exploration type game, right? With a shooter though, shooters are infinitely more fun because you just go as fast as you can and it feels good. With the Sorrow, you just need to deal with the stamina, and I think you're on to a 10 out of 10. Why have flat Coke if you can have juice? Oh, I'm sorry. I see you don't enjoy cocaine in your life. It's the flavor of cocaine, okay? Like there's some flavor to cocaine that tastes good. Will they sell me Coca-Cola Leaf? Will they sell me Coca Leaf juice? No. Do you know why? Apparently, Coca-Cola is the only company allowed to use coca leaves alongside pharmaceutical companies. Every other company is not allowed to because of cocaine. It just means the lighting hitting something in your brain just right. It does. I do like the lighting. It's very Source Engine core. It's very Half-Life 2 core. You can't shoot any more bullets now. Axe on the vein bothers you, but you love it. The noises and the visuals of the veins. I was trying to mine. I won't lie to you. I was trying to be even more rich, but I failed. At this point, it's about proving cocaine as a point. Honestly, you're not necessarily wrong. Oh, it was at 69 ammo. I see what you mean. You know what? It's not that, like, I get why people like drinking Coca-Cola makes me realize why people do cocaine on some level. I don't know why these enemies didn't look around at me. What is the point of 5 to 6K monitors? Honestly, I have no clue. I've thought about that too. It's too much, I think, at that point. Even, like, because I'm on 1080p. I used to be on 1440p, but I want to go to 1080p. And I actually feel better and more comfortable on 1080p. It's not that bad. Wait! I sense a Vendigo nearby. A Vendigo? What? You're not equipped to fight it yet. If you see it, run! It's a vending machine Wendigo. It's one of them Wendigos that is a vending machine. Landing in the water will prevent fall damage. Yeah, how can someone use 6,000 monitors? It's for consumerism. So true. So true, my fellow communists. Sorry, there was a segment yesterday or a couple days ago where we talked about how a 1984, because the word graphic designer is banned in this channel. So you can't tell people that you're a graphic designer here. I 1984'd them. So the Vendigo... Where the hell does goddamn Vendigo? Wait, why? LOL? Because of the bots. It was funny to me, because of the bots. So I can't kill the Vendigo, but he can run me down like an animal. Aw shit, it's a Vendigo! He's not very scary. He just stands here. Okay, he faded out of it. He just faded out of existence. You hurt his feelings. You hurt his feelings, streamer. Why did you do that to him? I'm going out of bounds. I know we're breaking the game, but I just want to see what happens. We always do this, but I need to see what happens. Equal opportunity eater. Eat the rich and eat the poor. Yeah, exactly. It's just funny. It's just funny to have graphic designers be a band. Because think about it. What has a graphic designer ever done for you? Do they pay the bills? No. They don't make money. Do they make you happy? No. All they do is they draw pictures. Do they love you? No. They're all too busy drawing to even like hold a stable relationship. Yeah, fuck them. Says our resident graphic designer. Yeah, fuck him. Says our resident graphic designer. You know what's funny is I feel like it's if I didn't say that, people would genuinely think that I hate graphic designers. But I actually do love graphic. I love artists. Ooh woo. Ooh woo emojis face combo, whatever the fuck it's called. Ah shit. Partner, looks like them spirit hunters aren't immune to gravity. What the fuck is that? Oh shit, I shot a pumpkin. What the fuck? Welcome to the town of frights. You would know it's a scary town by the pumpkins we place on the gallows. Remember to talk to everyone you meet. Yes, sir. I need to find the mayor. Hello, partner. Can I shoot you? Damn. Dude, the mayor is slaying, though. What the fuck? Wait, chat, the mayor is slaying. Holy shit. Damn. Damn. You go, sir. Holy shit, the mayor is slaying. He's in the Yas pose. What the fuck? Yo, the mayor is inside the Yas pose. Yo. Yo. Hello. Praise be, a Spyrit Walker. That's the good name of the game, right? I'm the mayor of this town and I could really use your help. A terrible curse has gripped the region and we are trapped in a perpetual night. There are beasts everywhere consuming whoever they come across, leaving behind nothing but bones. I'm the only one left here. Seems to be safe for now. You need to gather up any survivors you can find and bring them back here. But we might stand a chance of surviving. Hell, you may even figure out how to stop this whole mess. Take this map and a rifle. I saw the merchant head south outside there. And come back if you need any help, riot. Stop voice acting! Kinda looks like Owen Wilson from Loki. Wait, was he actually inside the movie? I don't remember Owen Wilson, the actor, inside Loki. I feel like that's like a fever dream that you had. It was the merchant, it was south. Railway station. This is kind of cool, actually. I do like this. Shitpost aside, I do enjoy how a game has real NPCs that you need to find. That sounds like a shitpost statement, but a lot of games don't really give you NPCs to find and play with. Like, there's no towns usually. I always enjoyed the idea of a hub zone because I'm reminded of Manomi Park's talk on having like a safety hub zone within games to give you like a sense of home. But B, I also enjoy it because it gives you something to build up to, and it allows you to slowly build up towards a state where, you know, you have things to do and people to interact with that can tell you things and give you things. And it feels like an upgrade system without having to upgrade your stats. You upgrade your opportunities and your possibilities within the game. It's a very nice mechanic. Whoa, they dropped the title of the game, Mind Blown Emoji. How did you express something as graphic that someone had created without saying graphic? Word you can't say that starts with a D. Well, we don't. It's basically like 1984, right? That's sort of a joke, right? That's why I'm called Communist Corey. So the reason why chat called me Communist Corey that one time is because I disavow any talk about something like graphic designers, okay? Because here, we don't talk about who made it because the individual doesn't matter. It's about the whole, the collective whole of the community and the way that we simply requisition what we need from each other to use. You know what I mean? Basically, graphic designers are meant to be used, not to be loved or appreciated. Right, graphic designers? Do you agree or do you disagree? If you disagree, you go to jail. Yes, use me. Yes, use me. Blushing face, two fingers pointing to each other, kind of like a ooh style. Very nice, chatter. Very, very nice. Thank you, graphic designer, for chiming in and saying so. The whole and the bodies that it contains. I got you. He's Mobius. M. Mobius. All about the whole. Well, you know what? That's just, you know, I'm glad that you all know your place, right? If my chat isn't full of subby wubbies, I don't want you. I realized this is the map. I didn't know this was the map the entire time. The entire time. Sorry. I forgot that he gave us a map. I was just wandering around looking for secrets. But again, it's why I enjoy this style. I like the idea of you being able to walk around, build your town, and find secrets within your town. It's a great way to do progression without doing weapon upgrades. It feels like a way of doing progression that is, interesting and cool. Not to say that you shouldn't have progression via stats as well, but it feels a bit like how in Order of Ecclesia, the Castlevania game, it's really fun to find NPCs and build the town up from nothing. And then you get more possibilities, like building stuff. Based on the map, looks like I have to go to Pallet Town. That must have been the hottest joke back in the old westerns, right? When Nintendo released Pokemon Old School all the way back in 1662 or 1328, that was the hottest joke back then. We had to go to Pallet Town. Hey, you see that Nintendo game? Use kick to knock back enemies. You can also interrupt some enemy attacks. Hello, merchant. Are you here? I think the merchant's dead. They dragged Jack off! Sorry, they dragged Jack off? They knew what they were doing. What they could have wrote this as is they dragged Jack away. But they specifically wrote Jack off, okay? Some guys in robes just came out of the woods, shot me in the leg, and grabbed him. Does this have something to do with the amulet we stole for that merchant? Oh, Jack, if you find this, I'm gonna hide where we stole the loot. I'll leave some ammo at the woodcutter's hut on the way if you need it. So we passed the woodcutter's hut, which means that they're dead. Or maybe it's down there, actually. Why would the cultists go to a camp that has a animal skull on top? This is the Damel boundary. Can't go beyond this, partner. That's a new game coming. The title is Pokemon Old School. I would kill for a pre-war Pokemon game. Because you know how so Pokemon is a game that is in a war zone, right? Like Lieutenant Surge comes back from the war. Oh my god, look. That's a cool enemy. He looks kind of cute, actually. I like this. This is like your bimbo friend, you know? This is like your himbo friend, sorry. It's your himbo friend who only knows how to play football. And you love hanging out with him because he's actually really sweet, but you have to help him with basic things like wiping his ass after he takes a shit. Very nice. Oh hell, partner! I think the trees are speaking to me, partner. But yeah, I would kill for a Pokemon game that explored the time before the war, because I think it'd be interesting to see what these characters were doing at that time. I think, it's not that the modern Pokemon is bad, but I think the old school Pokemon could be an interesting angle to go for, but Nintendo will never do it because why would they? Those spiky ball hands are actually just spines from a cactus, and his hands swelled up. He actually just has little nubs. He has little tiny hands. He's simply asking Streamer. He's asking you for help to help bring the swelling down. Why did you shoot him, Streamer? That was my friend, Billy, and you shot him, Streamer. How dare you? I thought you were a Spyrit Walker, aka a doctor of the soul, of the spirit. This is the person who died, by the way. Hey! Oh my god, there's even Castlevania. There's Metroidvania style upgrades. This is kind of cool. That's pretty good. I will say it's hard to make the shooting feel more fun. And there's one unfortunate thing where the map, even though it's very nice to explore, it's one of those things where the larger a map is to explore, the slower the pace gets, obviously. Which then causes the time between action sequences to be very, very long. And so it feels almost like you start to fall asleep as you walk around. The thing that this game does very well, though, is it plants all these little things for you to find in between that keeps you busy, right? And then it adds Metroidvania stuff, which entices you to want to explore. But, so much of this is dead, empty land that you don't know if you should be walking here. Games where you shoot enemies, usually without guns, and they react to where they shot, it's so satisfying. Yes, like Helldivers, Resident Evil 5, yep. Even Remnant 2 had this to some degree, where a lot of the enemies, if you shot them in the leg, they'd like split into like a prone crawling animation or something. I do enjoy that too. So, the spirit of evil really is here. Those pesky. Oh wait, this is the merchant. Those pesky cultists don't know what they're messing with. It's coming. But what's coming? Yo man. Yo wait. You're not the merchant. Oh, it's too loud. It's way too loud. Ow. You're not the merchant. I thought that was the merchant, but looking more closely, this is one. It's one of those spirits. This one of them spirits that you're talking about, that you're walking to. You seem to be able to handle yourself. You refer to me as the merchant at your service. While you're the merchant, you look cool as fuck. I came out here to collect an amulet, but it looks as though the seller has perished. Ah, you've already found it. Keep it. You're going to need it. I can make my own way back to town. Come see the browser and my words. This is bad. Real bad, partner. These monsters are everywhere, and we have no clue where they're coming from. This may be more than we can handle. We can't ignore it. This is only going to get worse unless we stop it. You either gear up and find out where those supposed cultists come from. I listen to that mayor for now. He knows the area better than we do. Who are you? You know that ghost has never said their name? Really? They just kind of said, hey, I'm here to help you. But they never told me who they are, so I'm just listening to some random ghost. Like imagine you buy a new house, you move in, and and then it's like Beetlejuice, and then the spirit start talking to you, right? I never understood why in that movie they eventually agreed to help the spirits. Because it's like you don't know who they are. That one has penguin flippers as hands. Wait, he is making his way. Look. It's him. Howdy, partner. Just making my way back to town. Don't need to bother me. I won't bother you none. It's an idle game. I'm having him push me to the town. Push me to a town. Push me to town. Thank you. Perfect. Perfect. Really? How may I serve you? What's with all the pumpkins? Ah, yes. It's that time of year when those damn spirits are free to roam the land. People carve those pumpkins to trap them, prevent any havoc they them cause. But I have a proposition for you. Smash 15 pumpkins and I'll give you a special reward. This is very Resident Evil 4 coded. With the Resident Evil 4 style of finding all the blue medallions, very cool. The merchant guy gave you an interesting idea. He kind of looks like the Jack of Blades vibes. He really does. That's a good call. He really does. I need to find some more pumpkins. There should be 15 all in all. Good, you found the merchant. Odd fellow. Always keeps his face covered. Regardless, his wares will be essential for your survival. How can I help you? Where should I go? Next, I recommend west to the nearby farmstead. On those farmer kept weapons, you look for survivors while you're there. Make sure you're thoroughly prepared before you head out. I suppose that was also very heavily. That should have been. I should have realized that, given that's the only place that you can go. But okay, picking up things is a little buggy. I think I know why. If you pick it up and you try to drag it, but it's on the surface, then you have to lift it. You have to lift the thing to get it unstuck. That's very interesting. And I think that's intentional. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to build stable structures. I think. What was the game called again? Spyrit Hunter. Actually, download the Flipside Frights demo disc yourself. It's in the Discord. In the sponsored by Valve channel. Within the sponsored by Valve channel, I posted a link to the Flipside Frights demo disc. But Spyrit Walker And you can play, but if you get the version on Steam, you can play co-op, apparently. So, it's kind of neat. Your idea for the Spirit Hunter. This is what the merchant gave you that idea for, a Spirit Hunter. That's kind of neat. A Cowboy Knight. You know what? I like the combo. There's something funny about the idea of a Cowboy Knight. Because it's like, they don't need to wear the jacket of a detective. But they do anyways, because why not? It makes them look cool. It reminds me of if somebody was isekai'd into old Western times. Thank God this game has locked ladder climbing. Yeah, just something silly. Exactly. You see that, graphic designers? That chatter used AI. What use are you? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Kidding. You know my stances. Well, these enemies actually don't react at all. Why don't they just, like, they don't really come after you until it's too late. It feels a little buggy with the way that the enemies are. It feels like they should be reacting to you more often, but they seem to wait too late for you to come into view, but they don't react to your actions. Not always. Because I can walk up behind them, almost. Which makes sense if it's a stealth game, but I don't think this is a stealth game. It feels more like a bug. Oh, good. Someone found the lurk thing. Nice, good. You were the first person to ever type lurk. I made that command after more people started typing it, and I realized we have to figure things out. And force people to stay. You can't leave. You can't leave, chatter. I won't allow you to leave. I'll tell your Oshi. Don't you want to spend time with me? Do you really want to leave me alone, you fuck? I love that. Oh. Where are you going? Where is that guy going? Dog. Actually, what did they even get? I'm surprised there's no inventory. Oh, there is. Kind of. Yes. Yes, the spiderweb slow you, streamer. It's like Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. You step in the spiderweb and you can hardly move, streamer. How does it feel to play a game where you can't move? Aw. God damn it, partner. I've been saving that gold my whole goddamn life. Why are you shooting it off of me, partner? That's a cool enemy concept. I like the idea of a monster that is made entirely to be skinned for their gold. It's very Infinity Nikki coded, where that game has bees that you skin to make children's clothing. Very nice. And really, more games should do that. I think every game needs to have monsters that you can skin for money. Which actually, surprisingly, is most of... I need to get the money on the floor. Forget the money. A lot of games have this concept of turning monsters into materials that I always find fascinating, right? Because it's like the moral it's like the moral position of being a hunter in modern day. Because in those fantasy worlds, the monsters are creatures like the monsters that will kill people. And so it makes sense to stop them before they kill regular people. Whereas in like the modern day, in reality, it's kind of hard to justify certain things, except for the fact that, you know, it's just meat, right? Like, it's like nice to eat. I've always noticed that interesting dichotomy. Yeah, weak spots hit them strong enough to stun them. Yep. There's two ways to go. Down there's nothing. So wherever the lights are, let's go this way first. Assuming this is a side zone. Wait. God fucking damn it. Son of a bitch! You know how games will say, oh, what's the point of having a complex map? Like, it breaks the immersion? I say, fuck that. Just give me a very complex map that tells me everything. Do you know why? That doesn't tell me that that's a loop around. the same zone that I was in. And there's no way for you to know until you fall into it. People always say it's yellow paint gaming, but I say no. It's called convenience gaming. And convenience doesn't mean bad. Why is there so much tea in... Oh, fuck. That scared me. Sorry. Jesus. They come out... This is... Oh, this is good. A game that uses cornfields. Yes. More games should use cornfields. Such a good way of doing, like, scares. It's a Balrog! No! It's a Balrog! Oh, he whips you back in. Oh my god. I need a dash more. He whips you if you're out of range. That's sick. Ooh. I love Balrogs. Oh. Very nice. That's a good enemy type. A Balrog, smart move. What? What are the boxes? Oh, I know what these boxes are for. It's one of them secrets. Somebody told me that there's a secret in life. They say the secret to life is happiness, and I say, fuck that. About money. Goddamn money. The axe really does feel a little stiff. Actually, it is funny. If you listen, sometimes the axe makes like a high-pitched whistle sound, like it's a small pistol, as if it's a small, tiny little pistol. I'm very about the box thing. It really feels simplistic the way that that's done. Again, it's really bad to do this comparison because I always think about it, but I do always sort of wonder why don't more games go the complexity of Half-Life 2 with how you build things. No! Because you have a cool physics system, but the physics is so underutilized that it feels more like a roadblock than it is an interesting solution. You know what I mean? Like, but then it's like, can you really compare a game to something like Prey or Half-Life 2? Because those games feel masterful the way that they do physics. But in having physics, it makes you yearn for more. It makes you yearn for even greater things. Things that you can't have. Water. What you doing here, partner? You all good over there? You got potatoes and garlic and locked and pumpkins I just broke. Sorry about that. Yay. Oh, that's really loud. Oh shit. Jesus Christ. Maybe a couple less decibels in H. Please don't do Christopher Nolan mixing. Who goes there? Nah, you're not one of them. Those beasts attacked me and I've been trapped up here since. Did you escort me to the nearby town? Who are you? I'm a plague doctor. Though I'm not sure how much help I can be in this case. But I can at least patch your wounds. Follow me. Thank you, let's go. I always love the idea of plague doctors because plague doctors remind me of the memes that people would make of plague doctors. Like the whole plague doctor dot PNG, and then they would have like a mask on, or plague doctor board or something. Very, very old school memes. That it's probably on a site that you shouldn't visit, so I won't say the name, but it was there. Wow. Huh? You are you gonna follow me or? Do I have to unlock the thing maybe or? Oh yeah. I didn't realize. You're not the brightest doctor, are you? You didn't really pass, What school did you go to? What medical college have you gone to? Sir Plague Doctor? Follow me. Where are the last two pumpkins? Because I'm pretty sure the demo is done soon. Oh, it's by the lake. But then if the demo is done after you go to the lake, presumably, because I don't think it's going to go much further beyond the lake. What's the point of getting all the pumpkins? I mean, not to say that having fun is a bad thing, but it just makes me wonder what's the point, because there's no enemies left to use it on. Every enemy is going to die. God! Do you like that? Yes, what a good shot. Okay, you've been escorted. Look at the way he walks. Wow. What a fine specimen of a human. Thanks for the escort. Come back if you need healing. Well, what can I do for you? No, I'm good. Now for the lake. You found a doctor. Haven't seen him around before, but we need all the help we can get. What? What do you mean you've never seen a doctor? What? Wait, how rare were doctors back then? Won't be safe for much longer. Gear up, spend everything you got, and let me know when you're ready. I need more time. Wait, so we came from the right side, which was the lake. This whole offshoot was a cave system, right? Oh no, we came from down here. Did we go there yet? I don't think we went there yet. No? No, we did. We came from there. The Wendigo was down there. We went down here. We went into this offshoot. There's more pumpkins. Yeah, sure. I'm ready. Sure. The Necromancer. Your pitiful games end here. I was trying to get the volume. I need healing. I need healing. I don't think you're supposed to be able to use the adopter here. He did say I should be ready. And in a way, I wasn't really ready. Wait, chat, all the AI broke because I'm standing up here. Yes. So good, Spyrit Walker. So good. Great tactic, Spyrit Walker. Stand on top of the wood and make it so that no one can reach you. Nice. Patch me up. Okay, well, you just respawn instantly. All right, I need to buy ammo. This is a little weird. Oh, the boss fight stops. Oh. Fuck yeah. Okay, I'm kind of. It's not the worst thing ever, but you definitely it could use a bit more work. It's both a little simple and also a little buggy at times. Never mind, this guy gets 2 shots. Maybe it could be a lot harder. Okay, now he's stuck. Your churn and Nightbot is bullying you. Quickly, Spyrit Walker, hide under the gallows! You guys see that in the sky? Or? Oh shit. This is only the beginning. Find all the weapons and abilities you want. Save as many of those freaks as you can. It won't make a difference. My army of minions will hunt you endlessly. You not understand, Spyrit Walker. That was neat. The boss fight definitely left me, maybe want more, in a way. And it felt a little bit easy to just one-shot the boss, but that was kind of neat. That was cool. Again, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just, it actually executed it executed a simplistic shooter very, very well, like a Quake-style shooter. And it was actually a solid take on it with more exploration elements and pretty decent, actually. I would say pretty decent set pieces. Like there was a lot of interesting, cool areas to walk around to, and it made you want to look around and find things, right? But that boss fight really was underwhelming. Also, it's crazy that No Players Online was a 3-hour demo, and every one of these is much shorter. Let's do Subversive Memories. Renata is searching for her something. They suddenly disappeared during the darkest era of a South American military regime and media censorship. Holy shit. Trying to find answers to fill the void left in her life, she follows a promising track to an abandoned military research base. But she soon finds out that this place holds secrets beyond her comprehension, and that her obsession might cost her a price she can't pay. That's a bold... that is an extremely bold story to go for, because usually it's pretty risky to go for the questioning the regime style stories, because they still exist in modern day. I'll be right back though. I need to get some water and then we'll continue with this next demo. Okay, let's see how this game is going to go. Subversive Memories. Again, it's a very bold take to criticize, to almost make a game around this idea of oppressive regimes, right? Because there's been a couple games that have tried this, especially I think it was Detention or something, and that game got, I think, nuked from stories. So I'm curious to see how this one goes. It's also a very interesting angle because it's a horror that isn't fantastical, right? When you have monsters and stuff, it's very easy to look at it and say, oh, there's no way this can happen. You can almost sort of take yourself out of the game naturally by simply rationalizing with yourself that it isn't real. But with something like this, I'm curious to see how real it becomes and how much they really lean into the idea of it. Because there's something terrifying to know that this does happen in real life, that you really can live in such a way that you aren't really alive wherever you are, simply because somebody else is trying to push you down, if that makes sense. Again, I do wish more games tried this topic, but it's hard to do. It's very hard to do because it's so subjective of an experience. As to whether or not you'll understand and even enjoy it, and even if it hits you. But if done well, I think it communicates so much, because there really is something fucked up and terrifying about that, idea of you being in a place that prevents you from living a life at all. It's terrifying. But again, they said it's fictional, so maybe none of it really matters. Then why South American? Well, what do South Americans do? New game, Southward Studio game, Subversive Memories. Yes. Wow. Fast intro. Right into it, eh? And look, purely, I think, controller controlled. Basically no mouse at all, I think. Now, if you're wondering why I don't click the wishlist button too, it's because I've already wishlisted things. So I've already wishlisted all of these other games before I even started, so... E to interact, and that's even 3D floating text. I kind of like this. It reminds me a lot of the very, very old classic survival horror games. Resident Evil is probably the most popular one, but there's been a lot of them that have existed throughout the years. And the reason why this one feels so classic is because you're very limited. Like, all you have is your movement controls and your ability to pick things up. What? Found a flashlight. Why did it load that? What? The dual drive flashlight can be used to illuminate areas with low and no visibility. The basic function consumes a negligible amount of battery and is recommended for prolonged use. But why did you load this? The flash function can be used for signaling, marine communication, or to ward off dangerous animals. Careful, this function consumes a considerable amount of battery. Use with caution. Oh, maybe you do use your mouse. Oh, you hold right click to aim. Oh, look at that. Oh. A pocket notebook. I don't have much time. These monsters, they came out of nowhere. We fought hard, but they overwhelmed us. I could feel my strength fading. But before I go, there's something you need to know. Kill them with light. It's their only weakness. Use whatever you have. Flashlights or flares. It's the only way to stop them. May God have mercy on this nation. It's a very, very bold phrase. Aim flashlight and you flash it. Okay. You know, this feels inspired by a certain game that we played that I can't talk about due to these spoilers. But this idea of a nation and the implications of a nation with all these monsters and what's going on, and the connection between those in power and those that are ravaging those who aren't in the power, feels like it's there. But specifically, too, it's the way that this game plays with the light mechanics. It's actually very detailed, surprisingly. It's a very good art style. And then it's actually a physical world, so the light actually does matter. And it changes how you look at things, too. It's nice. Military report. Classification, top secret. Report number, yep, 09. Subject, incident report. Unidentified male suspect, female suspect. June 25th, reporting officer, location, military facility, sector 5. Instant summary. At approximately 05:30 hours on June 25th, an unidentified female was discovered unconscious at the perimeter of something military facility, sector 5. The individual was located by a routine patrol. Upon discovery, the woman was immediately assessed for vital signs and found to be breathing but unresponsive. No visible injuries were noted at the scene. Medical personnel was summoned, and the individual was transported to the facility's medical unit for further evaluation. Unknown. Name unknown, 28 to 32, 5'4". How do you know somebody's age just by looking at them? I only know if they're young or if they're old. Everything between 20 and, I want to say, like 50, I don't know if they're like 20 or if they're 50. It's very hard for me to tell. Clothing, black turtleneck, so this is me, and a locket that couldn't be opened. Immediate actions taken, we were detained, taken into custody and moved to a secure holding area within the facility. We were given medical attention treated by the on-site physician, and we're going to be interrogated after the recovery, which is too late. Due to the proximity of the suspect's discovery to a high-security military installation, there is suspicion that she may be a communist spy or involved with subversive revolutionary movements. Wow, those dirty commies. I'm going to get banned at some point. Communist America. America, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why did it say run? You wouldn't say run if there's something that I need to run from, no? Door was boarded up. I'll need some kind of tool to open it. See, like, look at this darkness. This is a very pervading darkness. It has a... Okay, there's no spoilers for this game, but if you haven't played the game and you're waiting to even see the mechanics, consider the spoilers, okay? I'm gonna talk about Signalis a little bit, but no spoilers, just about the mechanics. Both of these games play with lights very well, and even the idea of that dossier, because they both take inspirations from the original survival game genre. I like when games do those dossiers in a way. It's a cool bit of look to it. It's a cool look to it. The difference is that in this game, the light is a core mechanic. You really can't see anything. In Signalis, it was kind of a core mechanic, but, you know, a lot of that game was brightly lit. Here, darkness and the pervasiveness of darkness really feels overwhelming in a good way. It feels like you really need to care about where you are in relation to the light. And because the light is a cone, for instance, like this, right? Further away you can see. The closer you get to a subject, the harder it is to see. Things can occlude your light cone, which is interesting. And then to use it as a weapon as well reminds me a lot of Alan Wake in the way that you would use it to sort of give yourself space to attack. But I'm assuming here it's meant to be a full-on attack almost, or a part of a larger combo. Okay, crowbar. You want to keep it? Yes. Shit. A rusty crowbar. Nice. Very old school style thing too. Why does Renata have a Nintendo Switch in her hands? You know what? This is a very gamey version of this. It's a very gamey version of a serious Resident Evil style story because she's holding she's holding a Steam Deck in her hands. What is this? Resident Evil 1, 2, or 3? Yep, basically. I think they could have gone without the weird Steam Deck inside the hands, you know? They didn't really need to. But I guess if you're doing an inventory system, you have to show it somehow. With the crowbar, yep, remove the wood boards, sure. Now, again, this idea of, keeping someone out, it's keeping something in. Very apt for this moment. Hey, good use of perspective too, actually. This is interesting. Again, there's no spoilers, but similar to Signalis, okay, there's no spoilers for it. But this perspective is enjoyable because it's also reminiscent of Resident Evil. Like that whole lineage of games from antiquity to modernity. I like when these games play with the perspective like this. Because you can't get a good sense of the scale, which leads everything to feel more surreal, but also leads it to feel more terrifying because you don't really know how far you need to go. Was there ever another game with this perspective? Quite a few, I think. Signalis was actually one of them. Resident Evil was a bit more, I think, slanted in certain areas. Like a lot of the areas were kind of like it was much more creative with the way the backdrop was, similar to like a JRPG. There was another game that was like this too. But Angeline Air had this perspective. But that one was a full 3D single map type of deal where you could like jump up and down. It was much more fully connected. What else had this? I can't recall. But there's been a few that I've played that had this perspective, which is nice. Ooh. Maybe I shouldn't have the mouse on screen, right? Is it distracting to you? Maybe it is. It's distracting to me. There we go. You found the tray of painkillers. Yes, keep it. You got the painkillers. Nice. I'm assuming you're going to come alive? Fuck me. Yeah, see that? This is what I mean by the pervading darkness. Oh shit, it's right there. Uh-oh. Oh, it uses your battery. I see. And then there's a cooldown where you can't see anything. I missed so hard. This is very good. I like this. This is actually terrifying. This is a great use of light mechanics. And because your flashlight is your weapon, and also your navigational tool, you need to be careful how you use it. The problem is that the enemy stops moving once you get to this point. Why did they stop moving? And I also wonder, can you even kill the enemy? Or is it just going to stand there the entire time and basically block my way? Like, have I soft locked myself? He's dead. But I like this. It's actually a really good take on this. You have to head out? No worries. Thanks. Thanks for showing up. You can leave anytime you want and have a good day. Flash him with your trench coat. You've got this. Yeah, have fun saving democracy. We might do a viewer game of that at some point. I've been thinking about it. Found a large battery. Yes. What does that do? It's perfect for the flashlight. Use. Oh, oops. Wait, no, that increases my firepower or something, no? I don't know how much it was before. So I messed up not looking at it. But I actually really enjoy this. It's actually a cool mechanic. A strange statue of a skull with bone wings. There's a slit at the top of the skull. On top of the skull. The handwritten letter. To find the path of freedom, cast light in the face of death. Find the piece to fill the void shadow, and the truth will be revealed. Oh, that's pretty neat too. I love the idea of using the light as a puzzle mechanic too. This is pretty cool. So you have the combination of perspective puzzle, as well as this idea of your navigation being tied to your attack power. That's a very... It feels pretty nice and complex. It's pretty good. And that light looks like a person over here. You know what I mean? Like there's some things you can play with in terms of the lighting that makes things look... Or like... It's the effect of pareidolia, where you see human shapes within things, right? It works very well with a light-based system, because you can't tell. News Diary. Wednesday, November 5th, 1975. Glory to the great leader. National holiday commemorating the 60th birthday of the man who changed the nation. Carrot cake recipe. Super delicious. Carrots. Cloudy weather approaches. Suffocating temperatures. My chat loves the carrots. More painkillers, yes. A statue of the Virgin holding the Messiah. The Virgin holding the Messiah. Well, we don't have a dagger to go inside the slit at the top. Unless I misread that, but I thought you had to find the dagger to stick inside the slit. Oh, there's a door up here. I'm curious if this game will go heavy into the religious undertones. We've been playing a lot of games that go heavy into the religious undertones, actually. And it's not to say that I don't like it, but I wonder if I get tired of it at some point. Oh shit, he's actually fast as heck. Will he walk? He walks into the light. Okay. Okay. I can't flash him. I can't flash him, but I'm stuck. I can't flash him, but I'm stuck. I can't flash him. I died. No. I was worried about that. I was worried about how the checkpoint system was going to work. I was worried about where is the game finally going to give me a save, so I don't have to run all the way back. You know what? I'm not gonna hold that against this game. Every horror game has this problem. Every horror game has this problem where if it lacks consequences, there's no tension, and so you're not afraid. But if there's too much consequences, you go through things that you've already done, and the fear, like the effect of it basically stops. But that death wasn't my fault. I was trapped in a corner, like I couldn't move. He just kept hitting me. What was I supposed to do? Like, what are you supposed to do if you get stuck in the corner? We can go exit. I'll keep flashing him. You know what? I can kind of see it being very difficult to play then. Because if it takes a long time to reload, but the enemies get in your way like that, and then you get stuck in a place. Like, there's no... I don't think the game has a solution for if you get stuck, right? And I've seen solutions to this very, very heavily. Resident Evil and Signalis, they allow you to push the enemy as you walk into them, as a failsafe. If you get surrounded, you have the failsafe that you can kind of push them out of the way slowly, very, very slowly by running into them. It's a lot less effective, and you see it. It's actually the same pace as in Resident Evil, the original ones. Because when you get stuck like that, you just kind of die, and because it reloads so slowly, all you can do is watch. High ranking officer killed with a stab wound to the back. Yes, take the knife. Yes. Get the knife. Good. What could that code be? Promotion report. His Excellency General, it's a great pleasure that I congratulate you on your new ranking position. All documents and details. Currently, the password for the safe is the Great Leader's date of birth. However, you must change this combination when you arrive at the base. We cannot allow important data to fall into the hands of subversive movements. DDMMYY, the good version, the good format. Or sort of heard the German chat say. Yes, please keep it yes. Oh, that only reloads it. Fuse box. The tag saying elevator maintenance. It's 2 fuses are missing. This is very punishing then. You know what? I don't mind that combat is something that you can that you can avoid. I don't mind that the combat is something that you can avoid and not have to deal with. I don't mind when games provide it as an optional thing. I also don't mind it when enemies can be walked around and then their threat is more of a tedium. I don't mind that, right? Because sometimes it works well to emphasize some story element. What I'm sad about is that this game's combat is actually pretty good. It's an interesting take on combat to make your main way of seeing the map and thus having knowledge and about the situation also be your main weapon. And it feels interesting in that way. And so it sucks that the combat, you kind of want to avoid it because the flashlight sucks so much as at being a weapon. You have the batteries, but these enemies are tanky. Like, I shot that guy and I hit him at least 4 times and he didn't die. Even the tall guy in the first room took multiple hits, and his walking speed is enough that he pushes you into a corner. It feels a little too much. Camera 1. Camera 2. Camera 3. Nothing I see. What in the world is this in camera 4? Camera 5. Camera 6. 3 is the really 4 is the interesting one. 6 is also weird too. Reply to speleological research report. We're grateful for the work of the medical group and the research team regarding the investigations into potential radiation in the Santana Cave. Your roles have been crucial in recent years. However, with the recent finding by the military regarding the invaluable mineral deposits within the cave, we understand that the burdensome effort is more detrimental to the nation than the risk. At submitting the report to the logistics team, we advise you use preventive treatment against radiation poisoning through vitamin B12, known for its detoxifying and immune system strengthening effects. The recommendation also excludes the use of breathing masks, let alone the use of oxygen tanks. Such equipment would slow down the exploration and incur significant costs. We must read that the cave holds extreme importance for the nation, and the exploitation of its resources could boost the entire national economy. Going against national interest constitutes a treasonous offense. Protect the homeland and family in the name of God. You can see the bottom below. Seems safe to jump, yes. I kind of wish you saw that full animation. I like when games do the full animation because it makes you go, oh god, what am I stepping into? But yeah, the combat is very, it's just unfortunate. It's like, I think the game could still be terrifying, even with a slightly faster combat loop, simply because it's so good. What's that? Who's that? Oh, they're right there. I didn't even see them. Because like, look at this. That's pretty terrifying, and that's pretty cool to look at. It's actually a very effective system that even with a faster combat pace, I don't think would make it any less scary. In a way, it doesn't have the same problem as most horror games, where the faster you go, the more action it feels. It feels like it would still be terrifying because you can't see very clearly the faster that you move. But as it stands, enemies are so tanky that it's really more of a stun system. Which I guess also makes sense, that you really want to stun them, but they don't get stunned for very long. Like, you don't really get much time to run around them because your character moves so slowly. And then if they body block you, it's not like stunning them does anything, you just die. And there's no failsafe for that. Hey, the research report, okay? During the last exploratory expedition in the Santana Cave, most researchers have reported nausea, body aches, and migraines. Initially, we believed that this was due to some effect caused by the lack of light or poor air quality. After several tests yielded inconclusive results, we decided to check the radiation levels at different points within the cave. To our surprise, we discovered that radiation levels are up to 945 times higher than the outdoor average in the region. Furthermore, we found that these levels gradually increase as we ventured deeper into the cave. We have not yet been able to identify the type of substance or phenomenon emitting this kind of radiation. However, we recommend that all explorers use masks and oxygen tanks in order to prevent the inhalation of potential radioactive particles. Additionally, the exploration of new areas should be limited and samples should be collected for daily... Okay, this is all just... They found a secret nuclear bomb stash, effectively. You know, it's very, very funny that stories of this type, they always sort of devolve into... Or sorry, not devolve. They always become a story about teams that accidentally stumbled upon the great nuclear fission material to make a nuclear bomb. Yeah, sorry. I should be engaging more with the combat. I just something about it really does make me go, ah, man. You know, doesn't really fill me with joy, to say the least. Because look, that stun is not long enough for your speed. So it feels like you don't really have many good options to play with. Not that it should be long enough for you to run past safely, but what I'm trying to say is, if it's meant to be primarily a stun tool, so you time it and then you use it to move past something very quickly, so you take the risk of allowing it to move towards you, right? And so that's a fear state, then that'd be interesting. Because then as you use it, you have to memorize the spots where you're going through, and you don't know where things are. Oh shit, this is the holiday. It's November 5th, 1975. 60th birthday. Right? Sorry, 60th birthday? Yeah, so November 5th, 1915. But yeah, then it'd be interesting. But it's not enough time for you to go past it safely most of the time, so... And it doesn't seem like... And I was pretty close. So it doesn't seem like that's the main purpose of it. But then you can also kill them if you do it enough, but it's too slow to kill them with. It feels like it's in between two different worlds, and it doesn't really feel like it's committing to either or. Like, it's kind of unsure of what it wants to be, if that makes sense. And honestly, a little bit more pace could actually be pretty good, I think. 5, 11, 15. You found a new fuse. Yes, keep it. It's a bit unfortunate. But it gives me hopes, you know what I mean? Because it is pretty nice. That maybe later on it gets a lot more usable and a lot more fun. To engage with that system. Versus just using it as a flashlight, like a normal flashlight. Maybe that's all it really is, in the end. Activate the elevator. Yes. What? Oh, it's done. That was fast. Wow. Ooh. Ew. Their body is like torn in half. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, give me a second. I'm back to continue ranting about your favorite games. And I just come back and I just don't say anything. Anyways, we're actually in the desert. So where the security camera was looking, this is where the cave was. So the cave is at the top right, I think. And man, we really do move slowly, huh? I'm kind of spoiled when games make us move very quickly. Even Resident Evil 1, or like the older Resident Evils, you could run pretty damn fast through most areas. Like it felt more very fast paced, despite being also still very survival horror, if that makes sense. Or not survival horror, but like action horror. This feels more like somebody going on a nice stroll in a military base where they shouldn't be, compared to moving. Like it doesn't really match the severity of the situation. This is the field of spikes in the 6th photo. Hey. You know, I knew the scale was large, but I didn't realize how large the spikes were in comparison to the landscape. In the photo, it looked more like the water was like a shallow puddle of sorts. Like there's a small bed of thorns, but no. Everything is massive, and there's a shadow creature here. Who are you? We've been waiting for you. Why don't you come in so we can talk? Sure. Why have you been waiting for me? Well, I guess that's Subversive Memories. Again, actually very interesting type of concept. Like, really, really interesting weapon design. Really interesting way of handling how you would play the game and interact with things. And I always really enjoy story angles that deal with a oppressive regimes because it makes it much more. It brings it closer to home than other concepts. The more fantastical something is, the more abstract it is, and thus the less you really feel like it could be there to affect you, and thus, in a way, the less terrifying it is too. Whereas this, it really does feel like it could happen to you, and then it still has those weird, interesting fantasy horror elements that make you go, what is going on here, and why is everything happening the way that it is? But, man, I think multiple times now, a lot of the combat systems in these games, like, again, it's hard. It's hard to do a combat system that feels nice. It's genuinely one of the hardest things, and you see game series going multiple games in the series before they finally land on a combat system that feels good for what they want to do, right? Say, for instance, the formula that's in Souls-like games, or Souls games even, right? It takes a long time for them to narrow down exactly what makes it feel good, and it just feels better and better over time, right? But it really does make me long for more. Like the flashlight there is such a cool mechanic for the weapon, but because of how you can get bugged out, it feels risky to even bother trying to run around things. But you can't kill things, so it feels weak. But you don't want it to be too strong, because then it gets rid of the survival horror aspect. But your character has no sense of urgency in her entire life. Again, it's a fascinating sort of dichotomy between these two types of games, where you want the action in the game, and the game plays with lighting, and it's genuinely terrifying to have the lighting there. But then when you get into the actual combat system, it gets frustrating. But that's sort of the point, because it's survival horror. It's such a conflicting genre, where you want the slow pace, but you also want the type of action that feels fun. And the slow action can feel fun, but it has to give you some level of options and openness to it, and dynamism to it that makes it fun. And dynamism can come from either pace or from space and like actual options for what you're able to do. It's just hard to balance all of that. But good. It was very interesting, and I actually would want to play that. Like, it's actually very cool. We're done with this demo disc. I didn't realize that this is the old version of it, so gotta wait for it. And I have some bad news and some good news. I'm done for today. I actually need to get things ready. I didn't realize it'd be such a short day today. My bad. I've gotta go. So this is the final thing that we're doing today. I was gonna do some more and play some infra. We'll do it tomorrow after some more demo disc stuff, but I gotta do some things. I got a bunch of things I need to get prepared, and I didn't realize it would be so much. So now I gotta figure it out and get it all done. So this is my sign off too. Again, thanks for watching. I really like these demo disc projects because you get exposed to so many different projects that honestly I would have never found that. It's because I don't peruse the idea of what survival horror is. I don't peruse the RPG tag. I don't peruse anything. Games just, to me, sort of spawn out of thin air, and then you kind of happen to find them. But you can't find things like this. I mean, how do you even search for a game like No Players Online, for instance, right? How do you search for a game like Sorrow, Spyrit Walker, or Subversive Memories? At least these have genres that they play into. But how do you search for something like this? Or Angeline Era, or Eclipsium? Like, you just can't. The best that you can do is Walking Simulator, and that barely even begins to capture what these games are. So when there's a project like this that's a compilation of them, that is more focused than an entire story page, that builds itself around a theme and a time period, I always found it to be a much more fulfilling experience, because even that last one had 12 Doves or something, which is a game that I would have never found. It helps you find these titles that you otherwise would have glazed over, and you would have never known about them, which is unfortunate because they're so good at what they do. They're interesting. They're interesting takes on, you know, the genre classics, and they even do some new things, such as in the case of No Players Online. And it's so fun too, because wrapped up in this package, you also have a motivation to go through all of them and explore all of them, simply by way of having a bunch of VHS tapes to collect, to see these various cutscenes, and to figure out what the story is involving the skeleton dude, and like basically continuing this weird, wacky story of a bunch of demons and monsters giving you a demo disc to play with and being stuck in this world and basically summoning these games into life. I think that's very cool. Yeah, I really do enjoy this, and I hope we get more of it, but you know, it's hard. They were burnt out before, and I get that it's hard. But I do enjoy what we played today. That's it for today's Flipside Frights.